Okay. Well, we're finally up. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to my Homestuck Let's Read. My name is Brodemus, and we are continuing today reading more Homestuck. I do need to do one thing real quick, and at the very least, put this in the Discord to at least let people know that I am, in fact, live now. Settings changed on my computer, so I have to... I'm running a little late today, if you are currently here. Oh my gosh, have I really not opened Discord in a fucking week? That it has 5 updates? 5 whole updates? Hey Billy, how come your mom lets you have 2 hot dogs? Well, Johnny, it's because my mom loves me. I'm trying to unwrap my taquitos. I apologize. Hey Gecko! Hey Sarax! Glad y'all can make it. Sorry we're a little bit late today. Things have been a little weird today. Discord, don't you dare shit out of me now. I don't know if we're gonna finish. I honestly don't know if we're gonna finish today. Hurry the fuck up, Discord. For fuck's sake. Look, Gecko, when you get a box that has 40 taquitos in it, that's what you're gonna eat. That's all I got, man. I kind of skipped out on breakfast today, because of reasons. Yeah. Also, taquitos are good, mostly. One of the reasons why I'm so late today is my power went out. So when I was recording, my update video, the power went out for like 40 minutes, so I couldn't do that. Hello, Ailde. How you doing today? We're just kind of sitting here today waiting for people to roll in so I can eat my taquitos also. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a funk today, so I'm just trying to mentally prepare for what's to come. Savvy Raptor, hello. Welcome to the stream. How dare... I'm sorry, Gecko. I couldn't do it. Yeah, you haven't missed anything. Like, we're a few minutes late. I'm eating. Whatnot. I do need to go through a couple of things. Carbon Superstar and that one lesbo. Took me a second to read that. Thank you for following. If you're watching, welcome to the stream. Swag Chixie! How you doing? Glad you can make it. Username! Hello, hello. I hope everyone is having a good Saturday today. Man, so at some point during the week, I cleared my cookies for my computer, and I went to load Homestuck, and it was like, you haven't saved your game. I was like, fuck, you're right. Shit. So I had to go back and look at the last part and see where I left off. I left these taquitos out just a little too long. They're just a little too cold to be really enjoyable. Oh, that's a rough raptor. A weird little tidbit that you don't need to know about me. I still have my wisdom teeth. They never caused any, like, toothal issues. They're just sitting back there. Being teeth. Doing teeth things. I also haven't been drinking enough water this last week. I need to catch up. That sounds like ideal day. Like, just getting them out early. Because seeing people, like, have to get them taken out, it's like, oh, that sounds like such a nightmare. Oh, that sounds so awful. Anyway. Here we are. I love MSPAR back here. Just hanging out. Just, what is going on? Alright. So let's get this show on the road, don't you know? So Callie and Roxy are gonna hang out for a little bit.
Hey, I hope you don't mind I pulled you off the side like this, away from the other nice pals for a little 1+1 Rox and Calheim. I might be greedy as shit. I don't mind at all. I'm still getting used to the concept of in-person socialization at all, let alone with many people. And yes, you may be greedy, but if so, then so am I by the exact same standard. Fuck yes. Like a couple of friendship burglars picking each other's pockets all shifty-eyed and looking out for cops. But also giggling, I guess, because that is in the spirit of the scenario in question. Yes. I can't believe you're really here. It hardly seems real after all these years and how you were just like a mystery friend online and then how worried I was we might lose you for good. But now, wow, I know. So you and Jane and Jade were hanging out? Yes, it was great. We drew and told stories. I'd heard you died, so I was holding out some hope that you would show up too. And you did eventually, just not the version of you I expected. I never dared to think you would bring me this gift. Well, I swore I would, and John kind of double swore he would help. Damn, the kid is persistent. I like him. He's easy to talk to. Yeah. I've read about him, of course. The reality of someone standing in front of you is quite different from what you read about them in a text. But then I have no idea how accurate anything I read is anymore. I always believed I was in possession of the text which decoded your future, and I behaved toward all of you in that sly and knowing manner, avoiding spoilers and such. That was probably presumptuous of me, though, in hindsight. I clearly didn't know that much. I certainly didn't read anything about my own involvement. I never could have imagined being here. You were still helpful, though. You were the force in our lives that gave us hope that we could all get together someday. Going down that road has been crazy and by no means a smooth ride. I'm losing count of all the times it looked like everything was about to break or catch fire, or actually did break and catch fire, resulting in loads of dismay. But when you look back, every time things went to shit, there was always something constructive about that turn of events. Something that was necessary for the good outcome to happen at all. So whenever something stupid happens, like some a-hole gets a bonehead idea to steal a ring and then everyone dies horribly, and at the time you think you're just gonna curl up and cry yourself into weeping non-existence, maybe those aren't even bad realities. Maybe they're just as important as any, and so are all the experiences that you had in them, and so are the experiences of everyone who died, because you don't just get to say your experiences are more important or significant just because you happen to be someone who survived longer. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm grateful you let me go on this adventure, and not even in spite of the hardship it involved. I just had a little time to think about it in the Firefly Nothing space, and I think all of it was good.
Hey, Vanthius. Yeah, you made it. We're just kind of getting started. I can feel that.
I'm happy that I could play such a role in your lives. I don't know if I deserve much credit for these positive revelations about your journey, though. You are the ones who's been on the adventure. I have barely taken my first step. I spent all my life in my room, and then every moment in the afterlife cowering in fear. It's only now that true participation is even a possibility. But even so, I really doubt I'll have much to offer. My other self, who I just released, I think she is poised to do something much more significant. What do you think she'll do? I have no clue. But she told you to live, right? Yes. By which I can only assume she meant, yo, live it up, girl. Like, go shopping or something. Or rocket down the highway in a convertible with cash flying out the back. That's not the sort of sentiment I can imagine coming from her under any circumstance. But yes, maybe something to do with the effect of encouraging me to enjoy my existence, as communicated by a more typical, truly asocial member of my species.
Fuck off, OneDrive.
Really, what I took from it was, she is the real one, with all the power and relevance now, and I am the spare, a civilian in a sense, like in a war. And the only use for civilians, from a militaristic mindset, are as those who live their lives in whatever completely irrelevant way they choose to. They are the collateral at stake, the ones for whom the war is theoretically fought, but whose lifestyles, choices, happiness and such hold no concern whatsoever for those fighting on their behalf. This, I think, is a mindset of cherubs of her alignment. As protectors, it is the relationship they have with those they protect, and so that is probably the relationship she believes she had with me. You make it sound like she's a legit Callie, and you were the afterthought, like the one from the funky reality that didn't go right? Technically, her timeline was doomed, but her predomination, by her predomination alone. Even so, yes, it does feel as though my reality was the oddity. Cherubs were never supposed to grow up like me, exposed to other caring people and learning from them. It made me different and unfit to predominate. Yet, ironically, this was requisite for the timeline's success, and it was necessary for you all to begin your journey as well. So this seems like an example of what I was just saying, actually. The story of the two Callies. Neither is really more important, and your timelines can't really be described as the good one or the bad one. There were good and bad things about both ways stuff went down, and different qualities of the people you became. Her life sounds like it was harsh and lonely in its own way, but it sort of paid off because she got to beat her brother, but then got arbitrarily punished for the outcome because it wasn't supposed to happen. And then finally you meet her and free her or something, so she presumably gets to go off and do something badass. Then there's you, who had probably an even more challenging upbringing, getting so hassled by your bro, and he killed you, I guess, because the way the deck was shuffled, he had the edge this time. But the upshot was you got to have all these great friends who cared about you, and helped you become the nice person you are who means a lot to other people. And now, you get to live whatever kind of life you want to be completely free from all the crummy stuff you grew up with. Who cares if you aren't as strong as her or don't have the wicked power she does or some important mission to do? You both came from perfectly legitimate realities, and in my honest opinion, you are both equally valuable. And both of those realities seem to be tied together. She can't do her mysterious badass thing unless you make it all the way through your journey and free her. And your reality was a thing setting the stage for this huge multiversal vortex of problems, which after a cajillion fucking epochs, she was always meant to resolve in some way. And that doesn't mean your life was like a means to an end in a big cosmic sense. I think it's more like you are the end, or one of the ends. You and me, and everyone who made it, and everyone who didn't. So that means you don't have to be able to do a lot of super special shit to validate your identity as the real version of yourself. The only validation you need is being who you are, because no one can be that person but you.
I don't even know if this qualifies as ASMR. It's just a dude in a vest doing a bunch of crazy, weird voices. This is a wholesome talk, though. It's very nice.
Those are very inspiring things to hear, Roxy. I hope you're right, but even so, I think I would still like to be useful. You can be. You can help me out.
How?
I know you aren't God tier or anything, or probably never did much to get in touch with your aspect, but maybe that doesn't matter. You are space, right? Yes, I'm muse of space. Sounds cool. It is cool, I think. Especially having seen what I could have been. No, but that potential has to be inside you somewhere. Actually, it's one reason why I wanted you to be with me here for a while, aside from catch up a bit. What do you need me to do? Nothing really. Just be here with me while I try this. I don't know why, but I feel like your presence will help. And if nothing else, I just like having you here. Makes me feel better about trying to focus on this weird little chore. But you think my aspect is relevant? Maybe. I think space is related to this in some abstract way I can't put my finger on. I gotta make this egg, see? But it isn't really just an egg. It's this hella complicated egg in both its biological design and everything it represents for the future of an entire civilization. And I don't have the genetic or chemical or molecular blueprints for it or anything. I have to figure it out using just thought. Like, ideas. Ideas that are really basic and live in this primordial sort of quasi-consciousness. So I have to build the idea of this egg in some way before I do anything. Which means trying to grasp its reality and what it represents. It's like a funky little construct of biological propagation. I think that intersects with the nature of space, at least as we have come to understand it. The propagation of space is really just some profound cosmological feat of reproduction. That is a literally biological process, right? Pretty much. So to make this egg, as a rogue void, what I'm really doing here is something kind of insane. You yourself told me once how I'd be able to do this crazy shit. I did? I'll be like probing nothingness for an idea. A pretty complicated idea in this case. And pulling that idea from unreality. So maybe if I'm right and a closer connection to the nature of space will help me locate the idea, almost like standing next to an antenna to boost the signal of that idea, then maybe my chances will be better. And hey, even if not, it's nice to have a friend nearby while you try to do something hard.
That's because Roxy's the best character, I Oh, great. Two people have the same fucking voice. Why do you do this to me, Homestuck? Why do you insist on causing me great pain when it comes to the page number? Why do you do this to me? Why? Fucking, what the fuck? What am I doing? What am I doing? What are you doing? Alright, let's fix this real quick. Why must you treat me so, Homestuck? And then we increase this one and just watch it slide on over there. Sweeps. I think that's good. Good enough. Alright, here we go.
What do you think they're talking about over there? I suspect Roxy wanted some time to catch up with an old friend. I'm sure I would want the same if I hadn't just had an extensive reunion with her myself. Yeah, I guess we should just chill out and give them a moment. It isn't quite time to head to our battle stations yet, so we might as well try to relax until it is.
I imagine it's a lot easier to relax when another version of yourself hasn't been hijacked by your dead cat.
Yeah, it probably is. Maybe we should try not to let her bug you, Rose. She seems harmless enough. Plus, she's pretty funny.
Sounds especially like the advice of someone who, I got into a little Callie there for a second. Camera, work with me, buddy. Sounds especially like the advice of someone who's never had to deal with an outlandish alternate version of himself.
Hey, I bumped into other Johns a few times. Can't say the experience has been anything other than perfectly agreeable.
You mean Johns that were essentially time duplicates in the course of your retcon quest?
Yes.
Those don't count. Those are just regular Johns. What I'm saying is you never had to deal with the John who was like half Harry Henderson and half Maplehoof the dear departed pony.
Wow, that sounds great.
Come to think of it, you're the only one of us who hasn't. Of our original group of friends. Dave had Bird Dave, Jade had Dog Jade, and now I have Cat Rose. Why were you let off the hook?
I don't know. Guess you guys are just luckier than me.
Even putting aside the wildly unwelcome body horror slapstick routine she represents and the machine gun salvo of opprobrious remarks and conduct which my cat is apparently capable of releasing from my subconscious, I'm not sure what this leaves me.
What do you mean?
I felt like I understood my place. I'd gotten myself in order somewhat. My, beverage decisions had gotten more reasonable. I was ready to bear down and play a part in finishing this. I could even handle a stray rose sprite brought to my doorstep by a sweet imbecile of a pet. Idiotic though that was, I was still clearly Rose Prime. But can I really claim that now? She's a sprite squared? How is that even a thing? Can someone tell me how that's even a thing?
I can't tell you how it's even a thing. I think we are all just as flabbergasted as you are at its thinginess.
What's next? Is there a sprite cubed or a... Let's not even entertain this avenue of thought. The point is she must be quite powerful, insightful, and in spite of the beast she rents headspace out to, intelligent as well. Doesn't she arguably have more claim to being real Rose than I do?
I don't think being the real Rose necessarily means being the one who is more outgoing and chatty and powerful and stuff. I'm not sure it means anything. I think maybe we should try to drop the stuff about who is the real version of who anyway. It's weird and it just hurts people's feelings.
I don't care if my feelings are hurt, though. I just want to know where I stand.
I really don't think she is that threatening to you. Believe me, you still seem like the Rose I always knew, whereas she doesn't quite. It seems to me she is a lot more interested in having fun and zipping around like a silly lunatic than usurping you as the main Rose.
Sure, that's what she wants you to think.
But why do you care? I thought I heard the other Rose say before she was a cat that she liked the idea of being some sort of backup Rose. Do you not feel that way too?
That was a different context. I probably would have felt the same way if I found myself in her exact situation. Jasper Rose changes everything, though. Now I feel a certain responsibility, like I have to really step up.
Step up?
Yes, to make sure I stay regarded as the exemplary model, to provide assurance that the concept of roseness itself doesn't degrade due to black market peddlers of substandard shit. Basically, I need to defend the integrity of the brand.
Oh my god.
What?
Nothing. I just missed you so much. Aw.
Look at this. This is a fucking group. Oh, really? Are we that close? I got less than 500 pages? I don't know if we'll finish today. At that point, though. My brand missed you too, John.
Your brand is good taste in friends. It kicks ass. Nerds! Hey, how do you think Kanai and Karkat are doing?
They're probably getting a stern earful of roiling monster patois right about now.
Do you think they'll be successful?
At what?
At talking to a monster? I don't know.
I think Karkat will successfully fail to understand the monster and possibly also successfully shout at the monster. Kanai, I think, will probably successfully do something sensible in response to whatever the monster demands.
So, you think they're going to pull it off then?
I'm still not sure what it is, but yes.
Well, the idea was to release the frog, I think.
You think so?
That's what Vriska said.
Vriska says a lot of things. That's the basic idea, yes, but monsters can be complicated. Regardless, I think the right person was summoned to handle it.
You really trust Kanaya, don't you? Oh, you really trust Kanaya, don't you?
Sure.
Not to change the subject too hard into something maybe you don't want to talk about because of your brand, but I think you make a nice couple.
You do?
Yes, I thought so last time I was hanging out with you both in the screwed up timeline, but didn't say anything then. I think it's still true. I'm glad it didn't change when I retcon some things.
I am too.
Maybe that means it's a strong relationship? If it can survive God, whatever the hell happened, a hard 3-year reboot, and then the sudden presence of Vriska?
When you put it that way, it really does sound like you were trying to fuck us up.
Nerds! Trezzy, shush. What? I have just been minding my own business and in no way whatsoever saying anything directed at a couple of silly nerds saying dorky things. No, you said nerds twice. You always say nerds when in earshot of the other people who are just being friendly. Isn't it weird how you're making this conversation and no one else is? What? No. Meaning maybe I only say it when the pair of nerds in earshot happens to include you. What was that look? What look? The look you just gave me. I didn't give you a look, dingus. Yes, you did. Don't look at me like that. Whatever look you think I gave you, it was in, your imagination. It is possible you may be flattering yourself, Egbert. Oh, whatever. Hey, what are you even still doing here? Were you going to go with Dave and get ready for battle? Yes, I'm just giving him and his bro some time to themselves first. I'm sure they could use it, and whatever the hell is going on between them. The last thing I wanted to do is involve myself. That sounds even more awkward than lingering around you goofy bunch of nerds being all cute and mushy with your human family and friendship stuff. Yeah, you sure do sound put off by it. I'll hang on our every word and such. It takes a will of iron, trust me. Uh-huh. But yeah, I really do agree. It does sound pretty awkward to be around Dave and his bro while they, get to know each other, I guess? Yep. I'm not sure how well Dave really even knew his adult bro, actually, aside from bogously idolizing him in a way that was really transparent that he didn't. I wonder how different Dirk is from him, if at all. I wouldn't be the one to ask. What do you think, Rose?
I don't think there's anyone who can answer that. I suspect literally no one in the history of anywhere has ever met both people. Until, as of now, Dave himself.
I hope Dave's okay.
That's brutal. Holy shit. Just nothing but Roxy. Ooh. It's like that that Vine with the cat. I don't know what it is, but it's like the cat like stops and then it zooms in. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is, boy. That's right. That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of. Gosh. Shout polls. Hell yes. Egg. Oh, I love it. All right, what's going on here? Oh, you're back. Hello.
It's me again. Cat sounds. Miss Rose, did you know I love you? Weird thing for me to say, and you to hear probably. I inherited the adoration of our cat had for you, which now strangely is directed the exact intensity as itself because of you. Funnily enough, this manifests itself in a particularly acute form of narcissism, which is something we were already sort of afflicted by, and so was our cat by the very nature of the sort of animal he was. The bottom line is I'm pretty twisted up inside in all the most beautiful ways, and it's wonderful.
It really isn't. That's a oh, excuse me. That's a good thumbnail. Come here, you bastard. Oh, to be some poor damn bastard waking up at 4 a.m. doing menial labor for no pay. Oh, shoot, that's me.
As much as I enjoy getting a load of that gorgeous whiskerless mug of yours, it's not really why I dropped by. I'm here to, on a current matter of business with Jane. Huh? We have to prepare for our healing duties, to hammer out strategy and such, really sink our claws into the expensive upholstery that is of that problem. But first, I have somewhere to take you. What? Where? There's someone you really must meet before we all start skidding around the great laminated floor of combat. As the ghostly spiritual guide of whomever my whims decide I should be serving any given moment, I can't allow another second to pass without introducing the two of you. Ooh, this way!
Where are they going? What is happening? Just fucking launch Jane into the wall. Oh my gosh. Nana Sprite! Oh no, they have the same voice! Okay, so we're back to Roxy and Callie. Alright.
You can stay here with the others until this all blows over. With who, exactly? Jade! She's sleeping. Please keep an eye on her, okay?
Yes, of course. I'd be happy to.
Also, man, they call the mayor is here. I don't know much about the dude myself, but apparently he is a hell of a guy. Give him my regards.
I will. Aww.
So, yeah. If we make it through this, I'll come back for you. And then we figure out what happens next. I can't wait. I hope you're not sick of hearing it yet, but I'm just still so psyched you're with us.
Of course I'm not sick of it.
It is just... Ugh. Callie, in times such as these, you know, words are trouble cutting it. Come here. Keep me in your thoughts, okay? In the luckiest and magicest way you know how.
I will, Roxy.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a delivery to make.
Alright. Oh boy, here we go. Some Strider raps.
Maybe we should go over this again? Because, honestly, I'm still not sure I get it.
What?
Who are we actually fighting again? Jack Noir?
Yeah. Well, one version of Noir. There's a shitload of them, though.
Which one is it?
He's yours.
Ours?
Yeah, the one from your session.
But our Jack spent months in prison.
Well, I guess he broke out. He's kind of like a huge fucking deal now.
When did this happen?
I have no idea. I wasn't there.
I guess neither was I.
He's got Lord English powers, though. He's apparently, like, just wretched fucking news.
Damn.
He's gonna be hard to beat, even armed with the ultimate weapon. Some swords. Swords!
Sounds like some shit is going down.
Let's not downplay our sword gambit, though. I've yet to encounter a problem where a sword didn't factor in the solution, at least in some way. I bet. Bear in mind, I haven't actually solved many problems over the course of my life, but the ones I have, man, swords prove hells of instrumental. What do you mean you didn't solve many problems? Didn't you, like, program robots and stuff? I guess I meant real problems involving people. Oh. Those. So Jack has Lord English powers? Yep. Does that have anything to do with Jake? Not according to my current understanding of a mostly nonsensical body of information. What does it actually mean then? Not sure. Mostly that he's just mostly he's really hard to kill, I think. Okay. Well, that's decent intel at least. He might be vulnerable to Welsh things too. Don't quote me on that because it'll make me sound like an idiot. All right. You don't want to hear eyes? I already said I don't know. Right. Guesstimate? Not soon enough is my best guess, and I guess also my opinion. Oh. God. Oh, this is painful.
Is everything all right?
Sure.
It just seems like maybe you aren't that into this. Or at least, not as much as I was. Whenever I imagined the possibility of us meeting.
Were you?
Yeah. I guess I'm not doing a very good job of showing it now. I think it's probably just what I'm like, though.
You don't say.
I mean, when it comes to people in general, but probably especially people who are an important part of my life.
So, you think I'm an important part of your life?
Yes?
You actually know me, though. Not this me, and I'm pretty sure you didn't know the other guy either.
That's true.
What is it about me that's important, then?
I'm not sure how to answer.
Why?
Because I'm getting the sense that you might disapprove of whatever I might say. Maybe you'll think it's weird that I idolize some version of you that I never knew.
Idolized?
See, it seems like you'd think it's weird.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know if it's weird. I just can't process it. Why? Because maybe not anything to do with you per se, but how I view my bro. And I've got to say, meeting you is not rocking my world here, or up in any paradigms or whatever. Listening to you and looking at you, it really, really just reminds me of him. And I know you're different and all, and also like a kid, I guess, but you don't feel that different. And hearing anything like that, like about idolization or like you were actually looking forward to this in any sincere way, it's kind of fucking jarring. Huh. So, like, things between you and me, from your perspective, are we, like, not cool? Well, here's I guess. I didn't fucking like you that much, okay? Oh. Why not? Honestly, I don't know if I want to get into it. Okay. Damn! Just fucking drop that on him. I didn't fucking like you that much. Okay, actually, maybe I will get into it. Oh boy, that's a fucking block of text. Angry eyebrows. I don't know why my friends got to have adults around who cared about them. They complained bitterly about stuff, so I guess I convinced myself they were all in the same boat as me. But that's not how it was. Their complaints were trumped up nonsense, and I bought into it because, I don't know. I don't have any frame of reference, but his dad and her mom, no matter what they said, it was so obvious they cared about them deeply. Even Jade's weird fucking grandpa who died when she was young obviously would have done anything for her. Why did I get such a raw cut of the asshole deck? Why did it take me so long to figure that out? I'm like, he's dead now, so that's that. So all I was left to do is look back and try to put the pieces together of my first 13 years. And all I can think is, what the fuck was that? I don't come away with the impression I used to try convincing myself of, and that he was like mysterious or stern or aloof. The only feeling left is this insane impression that I was raised by somebody who fucking hated me. And the whole act of even raising a child was some totally fucked up game to him. Like, parenthood was one of the highest tiers of irony in his solemn bullshit bro ninja code. So he went through those motions and whatever he thought was funny or badass. But I know that weird stylistic and totally sociopathic approach to parenting, I can't even imagine there was any emotion toward me other than this sort of loathing. What did he do? I don't want to get out the laundry list, but for reference, laundry wasn't one of those things. That was just one of the many little domestic things that I just had to sort of figure out. Sort of like I eventually had to learn what the real purpose of the refrigerator was from movies. Wait, what? I don't know. There's too much to even get into. Just, I don't remember the atmosphere ever not being nerve-wracking. Having to sneak around and my shitty childhood spider senses are tingling just thinking about it. It was training, you know? But you know what it really was? It was some vicious shit that was bad and sucked, and I hated it. It didn't make me strong. It did the opposite. It never made me want to fight. It made me never want to fight. It made me never want to see blood or be near danger or hear metal sounds. It made me hate the idea of being a hero because he was a hero and he ruined the idea of heroism. I don't even want to be fighting this shitty version of Jack, but hey, nobody else has secret Welsh power, so I guess I have to. What gets me is how long it took me to put all this together. To stop seeing it as some kind of roughhousing, eccentric life I had, but otherwise normal. But was otherwise normal. It took years to deconstruct it all and put it back together to understand how fucking mad I should be. And in particular, how stone cold, deeply uncared for I was my whole life. Like, being merely monitored by a violent robot. I only started getting it after spending a lot of time in person with a bunch of people who actually did care about me. And I could start feeling like actually somewhat human for the first time. Instead of some sort of runty afterthought to a household cabal of smutty puppets. Puppets? The fucking puppets! I know how it sounds, but I am not joking, and there is no shred of doubt in my mind that he loved all those puppets more than me. Honestly, it is very possible that he was just insane, and that's that. I guess it didn't help either that we lived with what we have come to understand may theoretically be the most evil doll to exist in any universe ever. In fact, it's my tenuous understanding that he came down to Earth with that thing and, like, actually grew up with it. Maybe spending 30-some years being inseparable from that help had some effect on him. Maybe if it hadn't been casting a pall over our apartment 24/7 that he took me in, grinning, glaring, laughing in my sleep, maybe our lives wouldn't have been quite so... Maybe we would have... What? You okay there? Yeah. That doll. That was Cal, right? Yeah. Right. My version is empty, apparently. Whatever that means. Huh. How do you know that? A source, one supposedly knowledgeable in Juju's. I never quite knew what that meant, though. Well, whatever his was, empty is never how I would have described it. Man, I don't know if I figured something out here. Explain something, or if I'm just driving myself crazy with this talk and nothing even needs explaining. It doesn't change my past or how I feel about him. He was still pretty much awful no matter what the reason, and I'm sure that's the only feeling I'll ever have about him. So who cares why it was like that? Yeah. That all sounds really bad.
I don't know what to say, though. Maybe I shouldn't say anything, since I just remind you of so much of him for, obvious reasons. I don't want to make you feel worse or make it sound like I'm offering a defense for him or me, because I don't have one for either of us. Come on, man, you didn't do anything. This was just some douchebag with your exact DNA who happened to grow up to be my bro. You had a completely different life full of, like, different choices and actions and stuff. And even if you were gonna turn out like him, you've barely cleared the halfway mark on actually chronologically getting there. And some way ranting about all this is probably just uncool to me because you weren't him. You're not responsible for any of this shit, but I'm sort of implicitly attacking it on you anyway. So, sorry about that. I'm not sure it's true, though. At least, I don't feel that way. What way? That I'm not him. The fact is, I am. It's something I've come to understand about myself. All the splinters of me are basically me, no matter how much I want to resist that truth, or pretend they aren't reflecting of my own qualities back at me. I bear a certain responsibility for all of them. Splinters? Yeah. I guess the concept isn't that unique to me. We've all got other versions of ourselves running around here and there through the various compartments of this messed up cosmos. Right? I just happen to be particularly connected to mine. I've felt haunted by them. And what that really means is I'm perpetually haunted by my own bad qualities. So when I hear about stuff I did in another reality, I'm not sure what my adult self might have ever tried to do to atone for that stuff, if anything. Pretty much dick squat. Yeah, but in any case, I'm sure I was completely in the wrong, and I'm sorry I messed up your life. Thanks, but it still feels a little odd accepting an apology from somebody who I just met and technically had nothing to do with my life. Even if you do feel guilty splinter ways or whatever. It's just a messed up situation, and I guess I had to vent. And there was never anyone I wanted to say all that to. And the only thing that was going to drag it out of me, I guess, was like a teen stand-in phantom of my dead bro. But just some perfectly innocent dude having to take the brunt of this shit. I'm not particularly innocent, though. I've messed a lot of things up with my friends. Honestly, that's why I wasn't that bent on sticking around when I showed up. And pretty much jumped at the offer of flying here to get ready for some yet-to-be-explained battle. Battles are easy. Just you, a sword, some bad guys. It's less simpler than having to answer for things you did. For the most part, I feel pretty bad about the role I played in my friends' lives. Especially Jake. What happened there? I don't even know. An unmitigated disaster for which I'm entirely to blame. It's not any one thing. I think I was just a completely toxic element in his life from day one. I don't know what he's doing now. I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to avoid me as much as possible. I'm sure it's for the best. I think I need to stay out of his business for a good while so I don't risk poisoning another innocent kid's life, like I did with you, apparently. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little different because relations between peers is a whole other thing. It's tricky shit, and you're both figuring stuff out on relatively equal footing, and you're both at the same point in your lives. It's not like when one person is older and supposed to be a lot more. Never mind. This is a fucked up thing to think about. But the bottom line is, yeah, laying low while you sort your stuff out can't hurt. Right. The thing with that, with my adult self's ways, the sad thing is, I can really see it. How someone like me can go unchecked in life and turn out to become a much worse person than I already am. I guess I'm just relieved I still have some time to make sure that doesn't happen. You don't actually seem like a bad person to me, though. No? Nah. Why not? We did just meet, after all. Because I don't know if truly bad people wrestle so much with whether they're good or bad. I think if I ever since my bro, like, struggled at all with what he was doing or who he was, or showed any sort of doubt, that might have changed everything. But there was never a crack in it, or the slightest hint of an introspection behind the aggressive cool dude facade. If there was, I sure never noticed. I mean, personally. I think about it all the time now. What it actually means to be good or bad, or if not something that's starkly moral. At least just trying to examine the difference between being decent and being a douche. Maybe it's because of him I worry about that now. But for me, I think that internal struggle is kind of mild. For him, or you, I mean, it sounds like some pretty dark shit, like grappling with becoming evil versus simply trying not to. Yeah, that's not too far off. But the point is, even just talking to you a little bit, it's obvious you've been fighting with that, which means that you care enough to put in some effort. I think that counts for something. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready to accept a pat on the back for recognizing I have some problems and worrying about whether they'll destroy me and fuck up the people I care about. That might be setting the bar kind of low. Well, when it comes to the subject of him, the bar is already pretty low, dude. The weird thing, honestly, is that it's actually kind of refreshing to hear a sincerely level critique of all my negative qualities coming from another person invested in a relationship with me, rather than from a fucked up iteration of myself as some bizarre trollish form of self-abuse. The only thing I've ever been exposed to are either various forms of self-loathing, either from me or my autoresponder, or attitudes completely oblivious to my real issues, or as expressed through my friends. My friends always seem to cut me so much slack, or just never aware of the kind of person I really was. Well, Jake probably is, by now at least. But he's also the sort of guy who's just as likely to blame himself for stuff I did as he is to blame me. Jane and Roxy, though, never seemed to see anything wrong with me. If anything, just the contrary. Roxy in particular had a certain fixation. She meant well, but she was so enamored of me and seemingly everything I did, which I think was the last thing I needed, to be idolized in some form by other people I respected. I had enough of that feeling coming from within, particularly when I was younger. And since then, I've been plagued by the insane ego of my youth in the form of an artificial intelligence that, as I was essentially trapped that state of mind as sort of horror suspended animation. Until recent developments, of course. So, was the stuff true? When you said you idolized the other version of me? Yeah. And not just some bullshit like how I used to say the same thing about my bro when I didn't know any better? It's definitely not like that. I never lived with him or met him, so it couldn't have anything to do with the contentious relationship you had with my older self. He was a historical figure from centuries ago. There was a lot to admire and think about fondly, especially since I was alone and never had any direct contact with another person or any concept of civilization. So even though I'm sure I romanticized what his life was like and the early 21st century in general, it was nice to think about you. I passed a lot of the time that way. You say there was a lot to admire. Like what? Well, he was pretty famous. Made some successful movies, at least under a somewhat expansive definition of success, and even more expansive definition of movie. His work accumulated a lot of subversive political influence, which got him in trouble later. He made like a million bullshit statues of liberty, skimmed them up from the JPEG artifacts, and littered them all over the planet. Holy shit. He was also a pretty badass swordsman and an active member of the resistance movement. He slaughtered the clown presidents on the roof of the White House and flew away on a shitty skateboard. Then it seems he gave the Batterwitch a pretty good run for her money. Wasn't enough, but at least he went down fighting. That? Yeah, I need to hear more details on this sometime. Sure. But as you can tell, clearly there was a lot to look up to. I thought about the examples you said constantly, the creative ideals, the advanced theories on irony and humor, the tales of courage and martial prowess. Really, I modeled everything about myself after you. Or at least everything good that I was trying to become. And I probably spent an embarrassing amount of time imagining what it would be like to live under his time, or live during his time, and to be able to have something resembling a sibling relationship, or be in some sort of master-apprentice situation. When I finally learned to exist and started to understand who he really was in relation to me, that put a lot into context. I realized he was a version of you who'd got a chance to live up to his full potential. And when I understood there was a young version of you in a situation sort of like mine, whose time on Earth got cut short when you were thrown into all this, I was at least happy to think there was some reality where you got the chance to do everything you wanted to do, be successful, and fight for all the right things. Even if ultimately it didn't lead to a great outcome for humanity, you had an opportunity to live a full life and show you what you were made of. Well, I guess I had the same opportunity in your world, somewhat less fortunately. Yeah, but then for all my bitching, I guess I still never grasped your full reality. Just like you probably didn't grasp mine, but just reading into the minds of a historical figure as best you could, what if it wasn't as heroic as it seemed? What if adult me was kind of douchey too in a way you couldn't observe? Perhaps. But beyond a certain point, I think accomplishments speak for themselves. I don't know if you can just completely shred every person who ever did great things because they had some flaws. All I can say is it was important to me to see him the way I did. As a good person who inspired me and set the standard for what I wanted to be. It kept me going. That said, I'm also glad there's this version of you who got to go through all the things you've been through. Like, yeah, you didn't get to be the cool celebrity who cuts down juggalos on badly defaced government property, and the idea of a normal life was really taken from you, and it's something you'll never get to experience, but this is so much more challenging and uncertain. You get to apply all that potential you showed in one reality to something much bigger and more existentially critical. Whatever strength you showed in trying to save a dying planet, the fact is, I think we need that more here. And the trials inherent in being a part of something like this, I think they bring more out of you than a relatively pedestrian life on Earth would. Make you face more things about yourself. At least that's been true for me. But it sounds like it's been true for you too. It sounds like the experience you've had changed you a lot, for the better. You mentioned the experiences with him that were designed to make you stronger have actually made you weaker, but really, I doubt that's true. I bet you become stronger than you realize, not because of anything he did, but because of what you've done, and the ways you've changed yourself through your own effort. I hope it doesn't come off as overly sentimental garbage, but it seems to me like you turned out to be a really good dude. Like, really. A better sort of dude I never imagined talking to when I pictured meeting the legendary guy I idolized. I pictured him as probably being too cool to be the type of guy you are. But you know what? Fuck being too cool for that. Hey, Ben. You don't think I'm cool? Nah, I mean, in the right way. I think you are. But in the way that doesn't mean anything and doesn't matter. Not particularly. Anyway, that's all my stuff with respect to your other self. Again, there's a lot more I could say about him. Maybe stuff you should know, or maybe it's all irrelevant to the path you're on now. Regardless, I'd be more than willing to answer any questions you have about him. Or anything, really. Feel free to ask me whenever, okay? Yeah, that might be a good thumbnail. I'll think about that one. I'll have to think.
Oh, nice, pen. Hey, sorry about this. What? For what I'm doing now? This bullshit right here? Oh, what? It's really fucked up of me, what I'm presently doing. So, sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, this is some fucked up shit, alright? I know. But it's cool. Don't worry about it. So fucked up. Sorry. Aww. Aww. Damn, that was a lot. I wish I could scroll up on my fucking overlay. Yeah, you made it for the log at least, Ben. I didn't know that happened.
Hey!
Yes?
Hey!
Hey?
Hey!
You said another hey. Are you going to say hey again by any chance?
Hey!
I knew it, another hey.
Kanaya, guess what?
My first guess would be more hey. If the thing to guess is the reason you're saying hey at me several times, I confess to being stumped.
I got something for you.
You do? What?
That's the thing you got to be guessing.
Is it the thing behind your back?
Yep, but you gotta be more specific.
Is it a little piece of paper that says hey on it?
No, that'd be so funny. You're pretty funny. Damn, now I want to go away and start this whole shit over, so I can do that punchline instead.
Maybe we should do several rehearsals first just to make sure the final performance is as funny as possible.
Yes, but no. What I have here for you... Ta-da! Is this?
Is it real?
Yeah! I mean, as real as I can make it. Which I think means as real as the thing that it is and it was also supposed to be when its idea is expressed as purely as possible through physical matter.
Wow. What?
It's a real alien egg, bottom line. It took a lot of work and I guess voidy soul searching, but I finally made it, just for you.
For me?
Yep. Hey, I don't know you too well. We just met, but really, it was always gonna be for you. This egg is stinking useless without someone who's qualified to care for it, and that's you. Please look after the little guy. I've developed some oddly motherly feelings for the spiky fucker myself. It was like this whole quasi-intellectual saga or something for me to figure out how to make this freaking egg.
It's a matriorb.
Yeah, that!
I don't believe this. How is it possible? I still don't know what to do with this.
Don't worry about it. It's just powers. Whoosh, magic noises. Voila, insta-orb. Just add the subtraction of its non-existence.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
I didn't think it would be this easy. I mean, not that it was easy for you by the sound of it. What I mean is I thought it was going to involve an arduous and lengthy process for myself to undertake in order to figure out how it was even possible to reconstruct the orb, let alone actually do it.
Nah.
Nope. So instead of all that, it's just handed to me, like a nice present.
Yes.
I don't know what to say. This changes so much about everything I thought I had to do.
Does it? The way I see it is you shouldn't have needed to worry about making this thing. I think it will be challenging enough, like, hatching it and tending to all the stuff that comes next. Isn't that basically being responsible for the preservation of an entire race of people? Like, not even a simple kind of people that all go about having their own babies by themselves and such. You have to set up and deal with this huge creature that does it all herself, right?
Yes, that's how it works. And yes, that will be probably very challenging.
Yeah, so just focus on that. I'm sure you'll have help if you need it. I mean, after all this shit is over, obviously. Hey, speaking of which, how'd it go here? Did you do the thing?
Yes, I think we did the thing. Our frog should be good to go.
We? Oh yeah, Carcat came too, didn't he? Where'd he go?
Oh, he's still in the cave. Meditating.
Meditating, huh?
Yes. It was a very spiritually uplifting encounter with a denizen. It really, blitzed our chakras. He needs some time to clear his head.
Oh, okay. So you're Rose's girlfriend, right?
I don't know. Is that what the humans call a mate spirit when the mate spirit is a girl?
I don't know. Is a mate spirit the thing trolls call each other when they are girlfriends or boyfriends with each other?
Yes.
Aha! Then, the answer is yes?
Yes.
LMAO. Okay, it was kind of obvious. I was just making sure. Anyway, that's cool. Did you meet on your fancy meteor vessel? In person, we met there, yes. Originally, we met while we first spoke while she was still in her session. I assisted somewhat, but I think I bugged her mostly. That seems like a lifetime ago now. So I guess you must have gotten to know each other a lot better during the trip. Yes, we had a lot of free time. I bet. Man, 3 years was it? That's crazy for a whole bunch of people who only just met, including humans and aliens. Or I mean trolls. Whoops, sorry if that's rude. We call each other aliens all the time. But then you all immediately have to hunker down together for 3 years. That is very much what happened and what we had to do. Sounds fun. Kinda wish I could have been there. I guess I had my own less long stint with people in my session. Only like half a year, though. Which is cool in its own way, but it wasn't nearly as social as your scene sounded. It was pretty social, yes, but we also had a little group who generally convened with each other, more often than the entire ensemble crowded together for a singular noisy affair. And such events were pretty rare, so maybe not as social as you were picturing. In fact, it was quite a subdued situation compared to the crowd I was formerly accustomed to congregating with. There were 12 of us back then. Yeah, wow, I remember hearing about that from a friend, who never even existed from this frame of reference. I guess it's another weird thing about my little sojourn to get to this point. It's all made of memories now that didn't even happen for other people. That does sound like a lonely predicament in its own particular way. A sort of sacrifice you've had to make, yes? Yeah. Sacrifice abounds, it would seem. I don't know of anyone presently alive who hasn't had to trade something very important to them in exchange for continuing to be a material seeker in this endeavor. You were forced to trade something too, but in return you've been able to do something. Something so wonderful that I guess I'm judging your accomplishment from an especially personal vantage. But no matter what else you've been through, I believe you can say you've done something as important as anyone could ever hope to do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I hope so. I really hope it all works out and you make a super successful troll world too. Yeah, I want it to be a good place. Not so much like where I'm from. It all sounds really daunting, actually. Not even just the propagation of my kind, but managing to do it responsibly. Just causing millions of beings to exist for the sake of doing so and dismissing responsibility for what sort of people they become. That isn't good enough for me. I think Akina was right. I'll need him. Who? Oh, nobody. Let's say it was a figure of speech. I'll need everyone. Whoever is good and wishes to have a hand in the way our world is shaped. Count me in! I will, but as of the immediate point in time, I don't know what to do anymore. Well, before you came, I was on my way to join you and Rose and John, feeling quite sure I was about to get ready to fight. But then you gave me this, and now I'm unsure of everything to which I just imminently committed myself. How so? I want to help us win, but I also have a lot of responsibility now, in a way that is much more tangible and also spiky and round and sharp than just a few minutes ago. And I feel I have to consider risk to myself as now also the same as risk to the future of my people. Does that make sense? Oh, I see. Yeah, it is like say a mother wolf being all needy and standing up and ready to stand up to some asshole of nature, like a nasty bear, and she's ready to fight and all, but also she's got to think about what happens to her pups if she gets hurt, yeah? Something like that, except I relate more to an analogy that doesn't involve weird alien creatures. Oh, sure. Just imagine instead of a wolf, it's like a mother, help me out here. Muscle beast. A beautiful mother muscle beast, and instead of a bear, it's, a Metroid. A Metroid? Let's say good enough. Damn straight. Be fucking fight of the year right there. But yes, the concern is completely understandable. You don't gotta fight if you don't want, but I'm sure we could really use the help. Would I actually be of much use? I think so. I look at it this way. None of this next-gen troll stuff is even going to matter if we don't win this fight. So if we have to prioritize beating all these goddamn villains, especially the witch, any extra edge is going to help. And though I admit I don't know much about you, I'm feeling pretty confident in my assessment that you are probably some sort of sick, deadly bitch. Who told you my secret? I knew it. In fact, I would bet that you could use your concern for all your future space pups to be way extra deadlier in this fray. Maybe you'd make the whole difference? The point is we need you now just as much as anyone in the future will. And we are all risking stuff, and all in this together, and if you're with me and Rose and John, don't worry, we ain't gonna let anything happen to you. I promise. Dang. That was really motivational. I feel very inspired now. For real? Yes. A little corny, but definitely genuine and moving. And I'm suddenly psyched again to go dunk a nice autistic fishwoman into a sea dumpster. Fuck yes! Not to project myself as someone fickle or lightly swayed on big decisions. Maybe it was just a roughly 30-second spell of cold feet and I just snapped out of it. I don't know. But you really do seem to have a way with motivational words. You must be a natural leader. I think your group was lucky to have you. Me? Nah. I'm not naturally good at that at all. I mostly just yelled at my friends because they were such a gaggle of frustrating bozos. I guess I'm just feeling way inspired by the fact everyone is here together and we're all about to try and do something huge and important. I've also watched John in action a bit and he is very good at that stuff. He's actually so good at being inspiring, he's inspired me to try and be more inspiring? That sounds dumb as hell, but it's true as shit. I also love how he's got no idea how good he is at leadery stuff. It is so inspirationally friggin' adorable. Shall we go then? We hella shall. Look at the baby.
Okay, this is oddly frightening. I wasn't expecting more Vriska. I don't know why I wasn't expecting more Vriska. I should have expected more Vriska. Why didn't I expect more Vriska?
I'll be taking this if you don't mind. Not that I care if you mind. For that matter, not that there's any chance you could possibly mind with what anyone does with this deadly secret weapon, since you've made it perfectly clear what sort of person you want to be. Which is to say, someone who's dedicated her entire existence to being utterly useless. Wait, which version of me are you? Are you alive? Be quiet, I'm talking. Look at you. Just look at you. How completely pathetic. What's your problem? My problem is you make me fucking sick. Did you know that? That it was possible for you to go so far down whatever toilet you decided to jump into however long ago that you could literally make your own stomach turn? I mean, my God. What are you talking about? Is it my new clothes and tattoo and stuff? Look, I remember feeling that way too. I remember feeling that way too. I was stuck about certain. It's not your new look. I mean, not that is the slightest bit flattering. In fact, I think it's perfect for you. I couldn't possibly imagine a style more impeccably suited to what a loser you become. Loser? Hey, come on now. Yes, loser. You are a loser. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that is what you are now. Are you really so far removed from reality that you can't see it? Did this transformation happen so gradually you just didn't notice? I find it hard to believe, and frankly more than a little disturbing, that some version of me could let this happen to herself without being at least somewhat aware that a dreadful decline of personal integrity was taking place. I'm not a loser, though. I like who I've become. I actually feel happy and good about my life for the first time in maybe forever. Like, actually good about my life in a way that feels real instead of forced. Don't you realize that's what it was like for us? You don't have a life. You're dead, remember? I'm the one with the life, and I fully intend to use it in a relevant and constructive way to help bring an end to all the horrible shit that's been going on for way too long. Remember when you used to care about this sort of thing? No, obviously not. All you care about now is bullshit hipstery fashion trends, feeling happy, and whatever the fuck it is you're doing here, frolicking with some horses in an ugly field or some shit, just absolutely disgraceful. How could I have become so selfish? You do know this is selfish, right? This isn't having some fucking epiphany or like growing as a person or whatever self-serving spin you might be putting on what's happening here. This is just plain narcissism, the worst kind you're capable of, a total renunciation of any responsibility for contributing to the greater good, and it makes me fucking sick. No, that's not what it's like. You don't understand. You haven't, like, been through what? I've been through plenty. Don't get patronizing with me. How did you die again? Weren't you being stubborn and insisting on going off to fight Jack, even though that was obviously an ill-conceived plan that was going to get everyone killed? There it is again, making it all about you, even when trying to be heroic. You let that need blind you, and you did something really stupid, basically leaving no other option but for you to get killed. So since you started your journey as a ghost with that little feat of self-absorption, is it any surprise that after however many pseudo-sweeps floundering around as a lost soul, this is where you end up, a shamelessly self-indulgent punk-ass nobody? Wait, are you saying you didn't try to go fight Jack? What happened? How are you the version that's still alive? Different shit happened. And from that point on, I started making better choices, unlike you. Contrary to your lazy, fakey, happy shit, I've actually grown as a person. What do you think of that, you frivolous, dithering bitch? Honestly, I barely even stand to look at you. I should really get out of here and spare myself the nausea. Yet I keep standing here wasting my time dishing out this well-deserved smackdown. Maybe I'm paralyzed by disgust? Why are you being so mean to me? Mean? I'm just telling you like it is, sister. The truth is often harsh. That's something you used to understand. But now you appear to be the physical embodiment of everything I detest. God, I just can't get over how shitty, your shitty makeover. Ugh. Hey, did you gain weight too? What? No, I didn't. I'm not. Yes, you did. I'm not blind, you know. I'm not fat. Why? Wow, I completely forgot about the fat Vriska jokes. Holy shit. I just had flashbacks. Whoa. Sure, tell yourself whatever you want. Whatever lets you be at peace with your new life. Why are you saying all this stuff to me? What did I ever do to you? I don't understand. Holy shit, this is actually getting to you, isn't it? Unbelievable. Well, that terror, you really are beyond any sort of redemption. Fucking incredible. Whatever happened to having a thick skin, letting stuff roll off your back, not letting shit get to you because you always knew you were better than the ones slinging it. I guess this is what you call happiness now, letting a few tiny little barbs shatter your self-esteem. You weren't happy. You're a hilarious train wreck combined with a sad punchline. I'm ashamed to share an identity with you. Stop it! Oh, don't worry, Circuit. I'm done here. I'm about to go do something useful, like winners do. Something you wouldn't know anything about anymore. Just leave me alone. How could I have ever been so awful? Okay, this is just getting embarrassing. Time to shove off. Though truth be told, I should probably delay killing Lord English a little longer, just so he can put you out of your misery. Just go away. I hate you. Your wish is my command, loser. Time to go get some awesome shit done and grab the reins of a relevant, proactive existence. Shit, I'm feeling more adventurous and worthwhile as a person just thinking about it. Anyone who feels the same way is more than welcome to join me. Say, how about you, punky-looking Pisces? Pikesies? Does that sound like might be the cut of your jib? Don't talk to her. She doesn't want anything to do with a piece of shit like you, and neither do I. Take your stupid treasure and your smug garbage about relevance and get the fuck out of here. Come on, Mina. Let's ditch this evil hag and go find something else to do. Mina? What's wrong? Come on. Yeah, Vriska. Listen. What? Oh, fuck, don't know how to say this. What is it? I think I might go, actually. With Vriska. I mean, that one. No! No, please, Mina. You can't! I don't know if this whole thing is... Fuck. Mina, no. I'm not, like, agreeing with her on a lot of that stuff. I'm bored. But I thought you liked... I did. I mean, I do. I'm just sick of sitting around, not being a part of anything. I want to see some action, you know? I want to go kill a bad guy. Okay, yeah, I get that. Hey, me too. Look, see, I do too. Forget what I said. We can go fight him together. Just not with her, okay? I couldn't handle that. I can't, it can just be you and me. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. The thing is, I think what I'm saying here is, as great as it's been, like, really great, I think this has gotta be it. It? No. Why? Mina, please don't do this. You heard the lady. She's made up her mind. Stay out of this! Mina, you have to stay. I don't know what I'll do if you're gone. I don't have anyone else out here. I'll be all alone in this fucked up place. I never told you this, but it's terrifying here. It's terrifying being dead and having to live through memories forever and dealing with the fact that nothing really means anything. It's infinite and dark and it's all being ripped apart, and you're the only one who ever made me feel good about being here. You're the only one who made me feel good about being anywhere. Please don't. Mina. Vriska, damn, why is this shit so hard? Not even lying, this is like the hardest shit I ever did. I can't even fully explain it. It's just how I think it's gotta be. But it doesn't. You don't have to do this. Yeah, I think on that point, we just have to allergy to disallergy. I cannot believe you are doing the fish pun thing while you're breaking up with me. Sorry, sir. 'Tis the way of my peeps. Here's the thing. I don't think any of that shade just thrown at you was true. I like you a lot and all, but like, she has a point on one thing, which is, you changed a lot. Not better or worse or anything. I ain't qualified to make that call. Just different, from the way you were when we met. Happier, I guess? Don't know, man, if you say so, then yeah. What I see, though, is somebody who gradually turned, like, vulnerable as shell. And that is scary to me, because of the way I am. And I don't think I'm really the sort of person to be trusted with those kind of feelings. See, the problem is, you don't actually know me very well. Nobody does. The main thing about me is, that you gotta account for, or I guess I gotta account for, on behalf of the feelings of people I don't want to see get hurt, is, how do I say this? What you need to know is, like, I'm bad. No, Mina, wait, I don't care if you're bad. I mean, I don't even think that's true, but I don't care if it is. Please don't do this. Don't go, at least not right away. Can you stay a little long so we can talk about this? Sorry, Vriska. I'm really sorry. Time to say goodbye, Mina. I just did. Let's just get out of here, okay? You got it. You made the right choice, Pikesies. Now let's go round up that army. Aww. Alright. Wow, that was rough. That was fucking brutal. Holy shit.
Let's try this choice thing again one more time. This time only with 2 choices. Nice and easy. Hey, it works like a charm. 2 sweet, simple choices for 2 sweet, simple kids. There you go. One less gluttonous chomp at the free will pie before you all say goodbye. Don't say this website never did anything to you. Don't you dare. Oh, that was fucking rough. Oh. That's just painful. It really was. Damn. Alright, time for 2 characters that have the exact same fucking voice. I just crushed some things. Ow.
There you are. I've been looking forward to meeting you, dear. You have? Who are you? I'm you, but most know me as John's Nana. Woohoo! Oh, yes, he told me about you. Gosh, pleased to meet you. Nana, I guess I should call you. Suits me.
To be fair, Pen, those are the same. I guess these are the same character, technically. I don't know.
Calling you Jane might feel a bit strange. Also, perhaps disrespectful. And why is that? It is my name, after all. Yes, but you are my senior by many decades, I gather. And you have so many more years of life experience and wisdom, and you seem to be dressed like a clown? Not to despair.
This is very hard to read, just from the sheer brightness of the text.
Not to disparage your fanciful attire. I quite like it. I just mean that you've been through more than I can imagine. I couldn't call you by my name. I would feel wrong and flippant to treat you like my equal. But really, Jane, the most honor of meeting you is all mine. I've been looking forward to it since I learned of your existence, ever since I spent that one day helping John through his session. There haven't been many reasons for me to feel particularly worthwhile. Yes, I tended to him and his sister for several years, baked for them, lent a sympathetic ear when needed, but in a way it's been a lonely life for me since my ashes fell in this silly old sprite. I've been strictly an auxiliary actor. They're only to serve others, even during my greatest moments to shine. So when I heard of you, a version of myself who was a true hero, so young, empowered, and set to embark upon a life filled with consequential deeds, I was absolutely giddy. I knew that we had to meet. Oh? My, you really feel that way about me? Yes, Jane. I do not mean to suggest I regret that the way my life has gone, of course. I lived a very humble life, as free of intrigue and adventure as possible by choice. You see, I grew up in dangerous circumstances. I knew how cruel the woman who raised me could be, and what she might do to me or the people I loved if I made waves or demonstrated any sense of defiance. So I lived simply. I started a family and operated a quiet joke shop. Though I always knew trouble was brewing, they were the best years of my life. Yet I always had a little more knowledge than I ever let on, and used my understanding in subtle ways to help those to whom the torch would be passed in this great fight. But then I made the transition.
Now it's turning into monochrome.
But then I made the transition from knowing some things in life to knowing a great deal more in death. Being resurrected as a sprite endowed me with a very deep knowledge of the game and its broader circumstances. I was in peak form, a true harlequin wise woman, and there was nary a question I couldn't answer. And then the dear kids scratched their session and cast themselves into the unknown. I ventured with them, and so I too lost my bearing on the nature of what lay ahead. I went from my prime, a state of all understanding, to a state of absolute uncertainty. For the first time in about as long as I could remember, I had no idea what to expect next. It was quite freeing in a way. I had a wonderful 3 years on that ship with those lovely children. I thought little of what challenges were ahead, but when I did, my thoughts would always drift toward you, Jane. Thinking about you and this adventure you were about to begin, and it made me feel like a child again. It gave me the feelings I used to have for the limitless potential of life, before my stepmother snuffed them out, confronting me with the reality that life would have to take a considerably more limited shape if I wished to survive. So when I look at you now, I see the potential that I had as a child finally being realized, but in a much more special way than I ever would have imagined back then. It makes me so proud to see you as a heroic young woman, ready to make a difference and forge your own destiny. I just wanted to tell you this before you go off to battle. Oh, geez. Man, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for those inspirational words. Hoo-hoo! I think John was really lucky to have you as a sprite, not to mention a grandmother, of course. It's no wonder he appears to have his act together. Maybe I would have been better off if I had someone like you to advise me from the start of all this. Maybe I wouldn't have felt so lost. It's normal to feel lost, though, and believe me, needing to find your own way in time will make you a lot wiser than having an old lady around to spoon and feed you all the answers. In any case, you have me now. I think it's been quite a long time since John has needed my guidance. The boy has grown so much since he clobbered me with a joke book on that fateful day. From now on, I'd be pleased if you would consider me as your sprite. Wow! Oh my goodness, yes, please! In fact, I heard from the cat girl that you and she are on healing duty in this spectacular fray coming up. It so happens that healing is my specialty, next to baking, of course, and pranks. Why don't I assist? That would be great, too. Oh, and Jane, one more thing, just so you know. There are actually 2 of me.
Goodbye! Don't kill her, Nana Sprite. Jeez. Alright, let's go to Jake next.
Tavros Sprite, thank you for surreptitiously scooting away with me to my planet. I hope they all don't mind me... don't think of me too much of a soggy knickerbocker for ducking off without making a sound and saying goodbye. I just needed to get away and clear my head, and I guess get my dander up for the great green man fracas I'm about to sorely contend with. Apparently, man fracas sounds like something entirely different. Say, Tavros Sprite, you'll help me out with this impending pugilism, won't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely ready to bring the sick fire to those guys alleged to be inside an enchanted oven.
Attaboy, Tavi! Oops, is it okay if I call you Tavi?
Yes, I love it.
Actually, wait, no, I think I won't on second thought. Tavi sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
So we're agreed then. We wait here and limber up and flex our stupendous guns and a bit, then let's sail our haymakers once the circus trundles into town.
I probably understood that remark and agree.
I just wonder if there's anything else for me to do aside from kiss my knuckles and lather them up with oil grease. Turn my 10 favorite boys out for a bracing constitutional, you know?
No.
Should I be soul searching or straining my brain to have some sort of magnificent epiphany about myself? Is this it for me? Is this all there is to understand? Maybe there's only so much ragged wood a man can scrape from a barrel's basement. Maybe sometimes a fella's got to fess up to the fact that all there is to get about him's been firmly got already. I've pretty much concluded that I'm a complete waste of everyone's time if I bother busying their lives with my brand of beeswax and buffoonery. I settled square on the determination that I need to just be alone for most of my life, and you know what? I'm perfectly okay with that idea. I'm just a lunkhead and a loner, and that's that. What else is there to wonder about myself or my future except which face is most deserving of my fist?
Since you put everything that way, and since sometimes it's hard to disagree with a lot of consecutive words, I think I agree with you. Maybe you figured out everything about yourself that matters. That would be awesome. Let's both put extra effort in hoping it's true.
That's the ticket. I love my aspect. It feels so empowering every time I want to feel like something's real when tons of facts are missing. I really am a lucky son of a bitch, aren't I, Tabby? Shit, I mean Tavros Sprite. Ugh, what a bad nickname. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's pretty much what the doctor ordered for old Jake English. No romantic stuff, no platonic stuff either. I'll be like, anon rom sans plat, or horse noodles. There has to be some terminology that more effectively consolidates my present understanding of myself into a coherent identity I can get enthusiastic about. Maybe the trollingo has the answers? Or maybe I'm pioneering on some sort of shadow quadrant system? Oh, lordy, wouldn't that be the swift quick in the nether dumplings? What do you think, Tabby boy? Should I take the idea to troll patent office and make a mint?
I don't think we have a thing like that. Also, all my people are extinct, and my planet is badly exploded.
Oh, yeah. Oopsie.
But yeah, tragedy situations not in consideration. I sympathize entirely with your social impasse, causing not good reflections about yourself. That maybe also double as liberating stuff about that you randomly decide is fine suddenly. Old acquaintances and guys you once called friends, those are very hard, because over time they get exposed too much to all my flaws and insecurities, and they start liking me less because of that. At least, that's how the truth feels, in my brain. So I start thinking, maybe they can't be that important to me after all, if I'm going to want to feel not so sad about myself all the time. But then, also, I really do enjoy making new friends, and even though I don't have many talents or battle skills or intelligence or discernible positive qualities, one thing I think I'm good at that people underestimate is making new friends who don't know my flaws yet.
Yeah! Cheese and crackers, Tavros. That was an inspirational little spiel that just was. Mayhaps you've got more concealed talents than you let on?
No, absolutely not, but thank you.
Achoo! Tavmeister, are you okay?
Achoo!
Heavens, to Murgatroyd Park Tavenue. What's the Park Tavenue? What's the matter? Achoo! Speak to me, Lobster Tavioli. Lobster Tavioli. Achoo! Hey, Ricky Tikki Tavi, lay it on me, bro. Do you need to go to hospital or what? Oh boy, just all the things there. Hi, Jasper is Sprite. All right, cool. We made it through all that.
Achoo! No, you.
Relax, my stern-unshating acquaintance. I have made just the magic thing for you because I'm a magical being squared. Take this curative tablet. It will make those cat allergies think away as if they saw a raccoon out the window.
Oh yes, thank you. It's a happy Tav. Happy Tav. Wow. It worked like a charm. I love magic. I'm so glad it's real. Couldn't agree more. That pillow was a placebo, by the way. It was actually one of the buttons from my velvet pillow. Oh, thank you so much, Magic Sorceress Catwoman, for your unsourced curative placebo button. This is going to change my life. Yes, I thought it would. You wouldn't understand what that meant. Yes, I thought you wouldn't understand what that meant, and the button would continue to do the trick. I'm so pleased as usual to see that it was right. Not that I was in doubt. Now! What is going on back here? So that hideous brouhaha, spittle, mucus, and shouting has subsided. Peace and quiet has revisited these hills, and I'm glad I'm free to do my work. It's been the most important work that has ever been undertaken or even attempted in this Lumi session. You, the master of this land, tell me, where is your Colonel Sprite? Inquisitive chirp. Never mind, you don't know anything. I was only taking it, asking as a polite formality. Anyway, since it's right here in plain sight.
Oh no. Just fucking nip on his head. It looks like there's nothing wrong with it.
Jake, drumroll, please. Hold on. I'll go. Don't you dare actually play some drums. It was a figure of speech.
Maybe that should be the thumbnail. Dear sweet precious nip on his head.
Well, hello there, beautiful. Fret no more, sweet princess, for as long as I am here, you will never suffer such indignity again. How could anyone let such monstrous injustice happen to one so dear? What filth would dare to debase you in this manner? To say it was just the marginalization of a bright and pure spirit, to say it was murder, this would be too flattering to the perpetrator. What happened to you was nothing less than the desecration of a masterpiece. My mystic kitty cat senses divine that you have been mistreated for a stretch of your life far preceding your demise. I think you may have been toyed with and disrespected by none other than the supreme puppeteer of unrepentant horseshit himself. Anyone who would dare claim a greater atrocity has been committed in some godforsaken frill of paradox space. Say it now, and I will hiss and growl and curse your name. Smooch. You are gorgeous, dear, sweet Nepeta. You deserve only happiness and fulfillment. And from this moment forward, I shall see to it that those are the only things you will ever know.
Oh, it's just Nepeta Sprite now.
Hi. Oh no. This is great, technically, but oh no. Achoo! Help! I need another magic pillow button.
What is going to happen in this?
Fuck off with your... Give me the flash, you fucking... When's the last one?
Is this it? Is this the flash? Oh, I love it.
Hey, anyone there? Yes, I'm here. Who's this? Hi, is this Joke I'm speaking to? Yes. Hi, Joke. Nice to hear from you again. This is Vriska. Who? God damn it, never mind who. The really attractive and outspoken girl you just saw jump into a window a little while ago, remember? Oh, yeah. Ha, hello again. What can I do for you? Glad you asked, buddy. You know, for a mostly inconsequential wimp, you're very polite and have a great attitude. Thanks, I try my best. Is Tavros there? Yes, he's sneezing a lot, though. Probably due to the recently surging number of cat people in the vicinity. Would you like to speak to him? No, God, no. That would just be a waste of time for waste of time on a lot of his pointless hemming and hawing. My business here is really simple. I just need to close up one more significant loophole before you all start fighting. This is the final remaining task I'd reserved for Tavros. He doesn't know what it is yet, though. So I'll need your help, Joke. Sure, what do you need? I need you to reach into your pocket. My pocket? I don't think I have pockets. I'm just wearing a snug pair of underpants. No, your hoodie pocket. Oh. Shit, these things have pockets? Sigh. Okay, reaching into my pocket now. What the hell is this? How did it get into there? Don't worry about that. Just throw it on the ground. Alrighty?
Oh, hello, G-Cat.
Did he take the bait? What? Did the cat pounce on the mouse? Oh, yes. Good. Now tell Tavros he has to grab the cat. It's mission critical. Okay. Hey, Tavros Sprite! That's you? That bossy troll girl says you need to apprehend this feline I have apparently summoned. She says it's really important. Oh, achoo! Why? It's like part of the mission she was waiting to give you or something? Achoo! Yeah, okay. That makes sense, I guess.
This seems like a bad idea, actually. Just getting all the cats. Nepeta?
Oh no. Oh no. Achoo, 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 achoo. Jasper Sprite. Just smiling along.
You still there?
Yeah. What happened?
I had to neutralize another wild card threat in that session. Who the fuck knows what that first guardian cat would have done during your battle? Or for that matter, to what extent it's still in the service of the contest. Cats are pretty mysterious after all. I needed to take it out of the picture. The best way to do that was sweep it up into the body of a person who's much more manageable and mentally suggestible. Tavros can ride out this whole battle while sleeping peacefully now, which frankly is better for him, and a lot better for all of you now that you don't have to worry about another brainless, omnipotent critter scurrying around wreaking havoc. You just have to make sure he doesn't wake up until the action is over. Same rules apply to him that apply to Jade.
So he's like permanently out now, right? He's like that permanently now, right?
Yep, that's how prototyping works. I made sure he was never double prototyped over the course of the session for this exact reason. Sometimes it takes a little patience and long-range planning to make sure all the loose ends are tied up.
But does this mean he's now allergic to himself?
Is he? I don't know, man. I never really knew how bad his allergies were. You know what? Whatever. When this is all over, I guess I'll have to deal with a little sneezing now and then. But he'll also have a bunch of totally sick godlike powers. That's pretty cool, right? Look, kid, you're a little new to the extended scene of everything going on here, but there's kind of been a long history of people underappreciating how much shit I do for this guy that looks kind of bad, but is actually in his best interest. He'll wake up, acclimate to his new existence, and when the time comes, I'm sure he'll be thanking me later.
I see. Yeah, when you put it that way, I guess you're right. Maybe old Tavi's actually pretty lucky to have a friend like you.
There you go. See, joke, you're a lot smarter than people like to give you credit for.
You know, Zuko, I don't care what everyone else says. You're pretty smart.
Anyway, I can't stand around all day yakking about this. All in all, this is a really minor chore to take care of. I've got much bigger fish to fry out here in the ring. Give my best to everyone there, and good luck with the fight.
Just doing there, Vriska.
Okay, that little point of business is done. Thanks for bearing with me. Executing this whole strategy has turned out to be a really ambitious project.
Nice watch, Dealey. How much is that worth?
How much? I have no idea. I guess it depends on a lot of things, like the units of currency, the presumption of an actual market for it, its scarcity. Honestly, I just alchemized the thing quite easily, and somebody else probably could too.
God damn it, that answer was too complicated. I had a fucking professor of economics over here.
Are you saying you want to buy my spider watch?
Nah, sir, spider's why I get my kettle of fish.
I didn't think so. Anyway, like I was saying, that takes care of that. At this point, I think we could use a debriefing. Would you care to do the honors?
What?
Regarding the mission you were previously involved with, which I can only presume gradually fizzled out, securing this weapon, searching for a lost cherub, and raising an army to defeat Lord English?
Oh, right. Man, that old thing. Yeah, I can debrief. I ain't much of a storyteller, though. Much to the lament of my former bestie.
That's fine. I don't need you to dazzle me here. I just want the fucking scoop.
That's why you're the top Cirque.
Hey, what?
Can I ask a kind of personal question? I'm not even that personal, but whatever.
Sure.
How old are you?
Almost 7.5 sweeps. Getting close to 8. I probably sound like a fucking nerd, but I've been excited about reaching that milestone pretty much my whole life.
7.5, huh? I guess that's a little more respectable.
More respectable than what?
Nothing. Change the subject. That old-ass mission. So yeah, we all piled in a damn pirate ship and sailed around the ring in this huge circle. English followed us and wrecked shit as he went. That helped us chart a path to treasure somehow, like using black maps and junk, with like cartographic calculations of scopes and fucking sextants and whatnot. I'm not even sure how, but that weird-ass idea actually worked. We found the treasure. Well, you did. But you were also kind of going nuts and driving everyone away from the crew. I stuck around, though, because I didn't give a flying glub. RNA bailed, though. She caught wind of that magic ring, and I guess it got to her. The delusion of grandeur about being alive again and doing relevant shit. So she all laid out and stole it and made that the most embarrassing mess of things I ever heard of anyone doing ever. She totally failed in whatever she was trying to do, got the ring yanked from her and then died again. I never saw or heard from her ever since, and to be honest, I don't really want to. That left just me and you. Well, other you, trying to figure out what to do with this deadly box of treasure. Basically, we couldn't decide on anything. We're feeling pretty flat on the plan overall. So we just gave up and wandered off to do other shit for a while. And she, mellowed way the fuck out. Which was actually sort of cool for a bit, but also sort of... Can't never mind that. We just kept bubble hopping for I don't even know how long. Which got really boring after a while. I never had the thump toward us to tell her, though. No, I mean until now. In fact, I pretty much just forgot about the whole plan until you showed up. You made it sound pretty cool again, so I was like, yeah, I'm on board. And that's basically the whole story. Oh, yeah, and that lost cherub part of the plan. As far as I know, that was a bogus red distraction fish, and she probably don't matter at all. Guess that's everything.
Good recap. At least you both have the presence of mind to hang on to the weapon. Now it's up to us to use it. What about this army, though? It still sounds like an important part of the plan to me. Having just the two of us walk straight up to Lord English, cold gobble fiend. Gobble fiend for turkey. That sounds like a recipe for disaster, weapon or no weapon. An army of ghosts throwing everything they've got at him sounds like a great strategy, like a sort of buffer, giving us a little space to get ready to deploy the weapon when he seems vulnerable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you think we pick that up where we left off?
Man, don't know. That was one of the things that made us wonder if it was even worth bothering anymore. It was mostly this whole mind control stunt. Apparently, RNA was talking most of the load there. Then she pieced the hell out and got owned.
I see. Then yeah, this is going to be a little trickier than I thought. Why don't we brainstorm on it for a while?
Just gonna wander through the forest here. Excuse me. Thirsty.
Got anything yet?
Nope. Me neither. Well, fuck.
It's not a huge deal. We've got plenty of time to come up with something. There's no rule that says we even need an army. We just need a way of deploying the weapon that'll maximize the probability it'll actually work.
True.
We'll figure it out.
So, do you even know what the weapon does yet, or?
Not specifically. We only know that it's some sort of juju that will activate when it gets near him. We won't have to do anything at that point, theoretically. The weapon should just take over. All we have to go on is a bunch of vague stories we heard along the way through dream bubbles. Some presume it's something obvious, like sort of charm. It's something obvious, like some sort of charm that releases an extremely powerful attack. Other sources allude to a more specific consequence, that the weapon actually contains the souls of some incredibly powerful warriors of legend who came close to beating him once. So he trapped them inside the charm and banished it into the void. And if that's the case, then I guess the weapon just releases them so they can finish the job? Guess we'll find out. Should be exciting. Still, it's way too risky to try springing it on him without creating a major distraction first. Really, the Ghost Army idea sounded like the perfect approach, no matter what was the original plan. Or no wonder that was the original plan. Whose idea was that anyway?
Yours.
Yeah, I figured as much. There's got to be another way to get that off the ground again. I guess we don't have my answers and advanced abilities anymore, but at least we have mind to work with, right?
If you say so.
So between my mind control powers and your what was it you do again?
I make fucking money, bitch.
I see. Sorry for doubting you, Mina. That's I'm sure that'll come in real handy.
I saw you roll your eyes, Cirque. You ain't a ghost. You can't get away with that shit.
Hey. What the hell is that? Tavros?
What is this? What is this for Equius? Oh, I have options for thumbnails this week.
Hey, yes, that's me. Hi, again, finally. Alive, Vriska? That seems like a different twist of events I didn't expect, I don't understand, but it doesn't change much about my current major accomplishment.
What accomplishment? What are you doing with all these ghosts? Is this a ghost army?
It is indeed.
And I'm to believe you're responsible for this.
You can believe whatever you like. Believing, as always, is half the battle when it comes to making things marginally less fake. But the fact that I personally built this army myself is going to be a fact, whether you decide to believe in it or not.
Oh, bullshit. You might have had help or something, or used some kind of trick. Tell me the truth, Nitram. How did this get done? Who's pulling the strings?
Strings?
Who is influencing the minds of all these ghosts?
Me! Well, not presently, but I did before, and now they are following me.
You? You must be joking. You don't have those kinds of powers. I mean, unless ghosts are sort of like, are like a kind of animal? I mean, is that how it works? Are ghosts actually fucking animals?
No. Vriska, trust me. There is no communion involved, or escapades of the mind. Only escapades of the heart.
What sort of hideous fuckwitted baloney drivel are you spouting out your prattle socket this time?
What I mean is, I convinced them all to join me, Vriska, using words and smiles and friendships.
No.
No?
No.
But have you considered yes?
No! This can't be. I don't see how. Do you know what this means? Do you know what this fucking means?
Maybe?
It means you actually did something useful for once. I don't know how I'm even supposed to process or handle this information. It's completely messed up is what it is. My entire worldview is shattering around me. It can't be true. It can't. Somebody slap me. I need to wake up from this horse shit.
All right,
but don't touch me! Bina, is this real? Tell me I'm not going insane. Please confirm for me that Tavros has for once in his preposterous life, or death, or whatever it has at least momentarily stopped being a totally useless sack of shit. It's fucked up, but it's true. God damn it! Fuck this! I can't accept this reality. Nope, no way, won't do it. No.
Oh, but maybe more like, yes. Oh yeah, bitches. Or failing that, something that's discourteous to women, to call you both. I bet you never saw coming from your once dear and loyal Swabby that your poop master would come through, that he too would enjoy a successful and gratifying arc of personal development. Ooh, it feels so good to do a conclusive thing that absolutely and beyond any question retroactively vindicates me as a person and erases all my flaws. How's that feel? You charismatic and cunning, unpleasant lady. You like that, you winner? Do you like how, figuratively speaking, I just siphoned the urine out of the idea that you're all that and I'm all a shat? Do you like getting owned? Because that's maybe what you're currently getting now. Owned. So might I invite you to suck it? Suck it. The Tavros finally did something useful, Charleston.
Tavros. Have a successful character arc shuffle. Tavros. The Tavros tells Frisco to go suck at Cabbage Patch. Tavros. The Tavros is feeling pretty pleased with himself all of a sudden. Air guitar. Tavros! Okay, you win. You did something great and it was a big help. So thanks for that. I mean that sincerely. Could you please just never dance again, like ever? That's all I ask.
Yes, it's a deal.
Awesome. Okay, now that we have a ghost army assembled, the weapon in hand, and settled on a determination that the lost chair probably doesn't matter at all, I think it's time to make a plan. Hold up, something doesn't feel right about this. What? This army. Who the flip's in charge of this jam? In charge? Please don't tell me it's the dancy weenie poop boy. I don't think he's technically in charge. He just motivated them all to join the fight through the power of friendship.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but an army's gotta follow orders, otherwise it ain't an army. It's just a bunch of assholes who all happen to be standing in roughly the same vicinity. I see your point. What are you suggesting? I should rule this army. Rule? Don't you mean, like, be the general of it? I think that's usually how it works. Shell no, glubber fucker, I should rule these sons of fishes. It's in my blood. Also, I fucking wanna. And I probably won't take no for a clamser. Hey, that sounds fine. Fine to me. A little discipline applied to the swarm of dead idiots isn't going to double kill them. I'm just not sure how feasible it is. Tavros is the one who rounded them all up, so I assume they're all currently listening to him when it comes to the marching orders. I see how it is. Hey you, Swabby.
Yes?
I hereby challenge you to the leadership of this army. What? You had your fucking dukes up, Poopa Pansy? Pupa Pansy.
Whoa, no, oh no, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's. It'll be fun. Finn.
Finn?
Fun, you ass! Now hit me, you seaweed-sucking sandal stuffer.
But I think it's a good idea that you lead the army. I don't even contest that at all.
Oh man, why's everyone always gotta do shit the boring way?
I'll just let everyone know you're the new leader, okay?
Alright, how's this? I'll buy them off you. Just name your price. I got a lot of gold, you know. Do I look fucking poor to you? Tell me I look poor. I glubbing dare you.
No, I believe you. I think you are probably very wealthy.
Then tell me how much gold I need to unload to make this shit happen.
But I don't want gold. Firstly, I really doubt it even has much intrinsic value in this context, because we aren't even on a planet whereby such ores are scarce. We are just in an abstract field of fleeting illusions, and there's surely no market of exchange anywhere here that would help dictate the fluctuating price of such a commodity, or even any monetary basis of comparison for that price if it actually existed.
Why the shit? Is everybody a fucking economist all the shitting sudden? A pedantic motherfucker don't know gold equals riches, period.
It doesn't have to be an argument about gold or economies or anything else. I said it's a good idea that you lead us. I like the idea.
Alright, fine. Go ahead and be nice about it. What do I care?
I fully recognize through the customary traditions of normal culture that you are the one who is most fit to rule, and while I may excel at friendship temporarily, I don't have the leadership things of being harsh and bossy. But those are leadership things you have, probably because of your blood. So starting now, I completely defer and prostrate to my new empress.
Well, man, what the fuck?
Your Majesty, I exist only to do your bidding, suddenly.
Tavros, will you get the fuck up?
No, don't. Stay down there. Exactly like that. Of course, Your Highness.
I think I like this. I think I really like this a whole glubbing lot. This feels right, yo. Yeah, good. Excellent work, Swabby in Chief. I hereby promote y'all from Poop Master to Poop Lord. Wow! Wow! You earned it. Now turn that way. I want to address my legion of loyal homies.
Yes, my liege.
Listen up, boys and gulls. I ain't much for inspirational speeches. But here goes one in them anyway, so whatever, and listen the fuck up. Your friendly sandal-packing poop lord just flipped the keys of this bitch over to me. So all y'all's former heirs and current empress, I hereby officially decree I'm the boss now. You gotta do what I say. Follow my orders to the letter, not just because all our ghosts are at stake and existence itself depends on it, but because I'm the bomb. And all this shit I say is good and right. Most of you got some good fighting skill or some powers or some shit. God to your ghost, I'm looking at you. I don't know what you can do what you can all do in them PJs, but whatever it is, you better fucking bring it. The rest of you without powers or even like modest combat ability, just, I don't know, throw your damn torso at the guy. For real, every individual flailing and screaming body is gonna count for something in this goddamn mess. See, we got a weapon. A nasty one, some legend says. Don't ask me to quote the legend because I don't read up on no damn legends. People just tell me this shit, alright? But the idea is you all set him up, then we knock him down. I trust that I don't gotta say who we up against here. You know the guy, the Hulk-ass pimp devil who's been shredding all our black space, popping up our bubbles, murdering innocent space octopi, double killing our ghosts, which to be fair, there were way too many of us in the first place, but let's not dwell much on that dumb fact. It's Lord Muscle Guy, a huge, professional wrestler with suspenders and the head of a skeleton. The fucking time boss who wiped out Trollkind one way or another. I think he's after his sis, but she's on record as not mattering, so who cares? He will never stop till he finds her, so we have to stop him. To save space and reality and an infinity trillion cosmic frauds or some absurd stuff along those lines. But we have to stop him most importantly because it's just a badass thing to do. And I promise you, as your supreme ruler for Afterlife, that this will be a baller use of our time and beats the shit out of being bored and doing nothing forever. So I ask of you, as humbly as I can while taking into consideration I'm the best one here by approximately 20,000 leagues or so, who's with me? The answer is all of you. You all are, because I command it. But it's school. I know you can do it because I believe in every last one of you. And also, you have to, because if you don't, I'll feed you the Lord of Kingfish myself.
Why is everything always so wonderful?
We got 300 pages to go. I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think we're going to finish it today. Look at all these damn cats. What is this? Is this an Alice in Wonderland reference? So I take it I'm just standing for the Mad Hatter in this charade. Charade. Yes. Except, wasn't the Mad Hatter supposed to be, in charge of the tea party or something? I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Nothing. Just sit there quietly, please. No offense, but you're only a prop actor in this fanciful scenario, which is serving as a stage for my date with this lovely lady.
Wait, this is a date?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mention it sooner. But is that okay?
I guess so. I'm still a bit confuzzled about what is actually happening, though.
There'll be plenty of time for explanations. For now, I invite you to relax and enjoy our party on this peaceful and desolate hilly planet. While that mild-mannered boy across the fridge sips his tea quietly.
Okay, but I'm mainly just wondering, where is everyone? Equius, Carcat, are they okay?
They're fine. Well, Carcat is fine, alive and well in this session. Equius is also fine in the same sense that you and I are both fine. Everything else enjoys various states of being fine while alive and fine while dead.
Oh. Well, some of that sounds like good news, at least.
It's all good news. I mean, news. Especially that we are both here now on this date together. Again, assuming you're okay with that, no pressure.
I always say it's a very nice-looking tea party you have here, but, I've never actually been on a date.
This is the first time for everything, right? I remember my first day. I was so nervous. Life hack. It helps if you're very, very drunk. Not that I'm prescribing this as a remedy for you. It's okay to be nervous. Besides, I sincerely doubt that you're partial to the drink. I have a feeling catnip's your poison, eh? Hey?
I never tried either. Sorry. Anyway, it's not that I'm nervous about a first date necessarily. I just don't know who you are or anything about you. You look like one of the human kids, but different. You seem to be part kitty cat now?
Yes, but I am part kitty cat now. Events conspired to make me equal parts not dead, half kitty cat and two sprites. But the other side of that pet tag is the fact that I'm suddenly half human as well. You see, but I used to be a dead cat too, but now I'm a live cat who's part girl. In fact, we spoke once while I was still just a cat. Don't you remember?
Wait a minute. Yes,
I think I do remember that. That was fun.
So you're the same cat then? The human girl, Rose, was it? She and her Lucis got prototyped together?
That is exactly what happened, fortunately for us both as well as everybody else. That's very sweet. What a nice way for you two to stay close forever. Combining souls with my Lisa sounds like it would have been a wonderful way to preserve her memory. Plus, to share all her strength and wisdom and such, I am guessing that opportunity is long gone, though. It probably is, but really, I don't think you need to change. You are so charming and pretty exactly the way you are. Wow. Thank you, too. Or thank you. Hey, whatever happened to Jane's bunny friend? Well, what was his name? Huh? Little Sebastian, I think? What did he scamper off to? Jake, what are you talking about? He would be perfect for this tea party. Like the White Rabbit and all. And I'm like the Mad Hatter for some damned reason. And you're supposed to be like the Cheshire Cat or something? Yes, Jake, that was the idea. Thank you for explaining a thing to us. I haven't the foggiest fucking idea who's sleeping Tavros is supposed to be, or for that matter, who the honking guy in the fridge represents. Honk! Was there a man on the table who honks sometimes in Alice in Wonderland? I really don't remember. So I guess that leaves the friendly cat troll as Alice? Nepeta, right? You must be the Alice of the group. That would make sense since you just got here and appear to be very confused about the situation. In my estimation, that makes you a dead bringer for the Alice of this tea party. Jake, just drink your tea. Honk. Anyway, enough of that horseshit. Back to our date. That is, if you're okay with calling it a date, are you okay with it being a date? I mean, like a romantic one. Yes? I mean, sure. Yay! But I still don't actually know you that well. At least not the rose part of you, but I suppose maybe that is the point of a date, to get to know the other person a bit better? Yes, no, but exactly, that's exactly the point of a date. Okay, then. So what do we talk about? Anything you like, beautiful? Jeez, Rose Cat? Jaspros! What is it? You're making me blush. My head probably looks like a big old olive here. It's quite a lovely color. Is something wrong? No, sorry, I've never really had anybody like me before. I'm not sure how to handle it. I find it very hard to believe. Nobody, are you sure? Pretty sure. What a reprehensible justice. Had your colleagues no taste? Well, okay, I guess Aridin hit on me a few times, but his advances always struck me as creepy and insincere. A pox in the name of the Charlotte, and I hiss on his grave. He's dead? Yes. Gosh, I mean, he could be kind of a jerk sometimes, but that is still a shame. No, it isn't. It's fine. Please continue. Huh? You were saying about being liked. Oh, right. I am just still somewhat confused. I'm not sure why you like me. Not that I'm not flattered, but you don't really know much about me, or do you? No, not really. I just know that you are very pretty and very my limited interaction with you as a cat, that you are personable and kind. I don't need to know much else about you to like you. I am a cat girl of simple tastes. Okay, I guess I can't argue with that. For what it's worth, you seem very nice and pretty as well. Jake, did you hear that? She likes me too. This is almost too good to be true. I think you should both kiss. Jake, please mind your manners. I mean, not that it isn't an excellent idea, but all things in due time, there is a process to this courtship process, much how one doesn't just lie down for a nap. The bedding must be ritualistically needed and massaged before lowering oneself into circular fashion for a prime soothing position. Oh my goodness, what a beaut sniffle analogy. Besides, she has only been prototyped once. I believe unprototyped or once prototyped. Kernels can, whether brief or incidental contact, the same way you can investigate the flame of a candle while burning your nose as long as you're quick enough, but the sort of contact we're talking about here would be anything but incidental. Oh, MJ, you are making me blush again with all this kissing talk. How can you be so forward about these things? I remember Emily who's so brazen confident about liking somebody. How do you do it? There isn't much to it. I used to be quite guarded about my feelings as a girl, but cats do not have complicated thoughts about what should be expressed and when. What to convey about your current state of mind is everything. When to do it is now. Don't get me wrong, Jaspros, I have a great affinity for all things feline in nature, but it's never been that simple for me. I get so shy and worried what people might think of me if I say how I feel. I'm always so scared that they won't feel the same way or just think I'm stupid or pathetic or something. Was there someone you had feelings for when you couldn't talk to about? Wait, was there someone you had feelings for you couldn't talk to about? Yeah. Who? I don't know. I'm embarrassed to say. You can tell me that, but please tell me your secret. Please tell me your secret will be safe. I promise. Well, okay. As long as you can really keep a secret. My muzzle is sealed. It was Carcat, but I never told him, and I'm pretty sure he never found out how I felt. Carcat, eh? Well, I'll tell you a little secret too. You dodged a vigorous spritzing with a spray bottle there. He wouldn't be any good for you. Oh, no. Why? Too many anger issues, always with shouting and whatnot. He's way too volatile. But I like that about him. Oh, but that isn't even all there is to it. On our journey, he was so obsessive and controlling towards his desired mate spread. I do not believe that is any way to treat a lady. On the contrary, Nepeta, you deserve someone who will respect and adore you. Well, yes. I always hope to find someone like that someday. I don't know, maybe you're right, but in spite of whatever problems he might have, I always felt like I saw something in him that made me think he could be that person. Nope, sorry to be the answer. Meow or bad news, he is just not cut out for you. Besides, he's involved with someone else now in that quadrant. He's moved on, and so have you. You are now sprites. Neither of us have the same connection to the living we once had. In quite a real sense, it is fair to say that all we have now is each other. Hey, what's up? Hey, Dave, what's up? Dave Sprite!
Yeah, looks like everybody forgot forgot about me as fucking usual. So here I am. Where did you come from? I thought you died. No, not to my knowledge at least. I was just chilling on John's planet when some shit happened. What shit? Dunno. There was all this wind and shit. Then the sky went blank. I looked around a while but couldn't find anybody. Then the sky went black again, so I flew off looking for people. Found the planet with a big purple X on it. Then I found you at this tea party or whatever. And now you seem to be a sprite too, who is part cat, so that's cool, I guess. Ah, of course. You're the version I traveled on with on the ship. I mean, not Rose, Jasper's. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Or at least, hey, man, to half of you. Kind of fucked up that you're part Rose and vice versa, but I guess, what are you gonna do? Being a state of near perpetual satisfaction of my own existence is what? Anyway, I'm happy to see you're still alive, even if your bird-like appearance is making me feel a bit riled up. I'll try to control myself, though. Cool, thanks. So what kind of ludicrous nonsense do you have going here in the land of Stonehengers and Big Purple X? Is that Egbert looking dude supposed to be the fucking Mad Hatter? Yeah! Okay, what was with the fridge? Please don't tell me somebody's locked in that fridge. Oh! Dave, never mind the fridge. This tea party bullshit isn't quite what it seems. I'm actually on a date, so maybe you could, catch up later? A date? That's cool. With who, the Mad Hatter guy? Good lord, no. With Nepeta. Sorry, I should have introduced you sooner. Nepeta, this is Dave. He's my bird brother, who is also a sprite. Hello. Oh, no. Hey, Nepeta, nice to meet you. Don't worry, I'll get out of your hair soon and let you get back to your tea date with Rose. Hi, Dave. It's nice to meet you, too. Damn straight we're meeting the shit out of each other right now. Hey, put her there. Dave, no, don't. Fucking hell. Oh, no. Fucking Wolverine reference. Claw, claw, motherfuckers. No! Oh, no. Oh, no. Fucking hell. Hello? Anyone home? The best character has arrived. Jade? Anybody? Oh, hello, sir. I'm looking for a man they call the mayor. Is that you? Oh, silly me. Of course you are. It says so right there on your handsome sash. How nice it is to meet you. It was really brief. I'm assuming Dave Pita Sprite comes back. I was told this is where Jade is sleeping. Do you know where she is? There you are. She looks so peaceful. How odd is this thing? She is still in the dream bubble with my other self's ghost. Okay, good. Okay, you guys have been hyping up Dave Pita Sprite. We get a panel, and that's it. What could they be talking about? The curiosity is maddening. Please hurry back, Jade. Your friends all miss you here.
So, where exactly are we going?
Back to the source of all this.
And where is that?
You know already.
Well, wherever it is, I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should be waking up soon. I feel like my friends are probably going to need me.
You can't wake up yet.
Why?
It's not time. Not where your physical form is, at least.
Where my physical form is? Then what about here?
What about here?
Ugh, sorry, this time stuff is really confusing.
You're a space player.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not the right time to wake up where I'm sleeping, how long do I have to wait here in order to wake up?
The correlation between the passage of time and the furthest ring in any given physical location is tenuous. The measurement of time here is inseparable from the physical passage through its knotted space. These two aspects are closely woven together here, so to such an extent that they are barely separable. All aspects are.
Really? All of them?
Yes.
I understand this place has time and space, of course, but even if they work together weirdly, but I don't see any of the others.
One doesn't see abstractions, not directly.
Oh.
Each opposing pair is in balance throughout this field, so as to form a stable canvas. Though the canvas becomes less stable with each crack in the field. Ordinarily, one would never directly observe its constituent forces. The canvas would seem smooth from afar, but up close, as it were, the tapestry is circuitously woven. The aspects, while remaining in balance, interfere with each other. They interlock and intertwine. So neither space nor time functions linearly, nor are they conventionally measurable.
Wow, I'm not sure I totally understand, but that is pretty interesting.
You are predisposed to find the nuances of space intriguing, and since its opposing aspect is more related than you perhaps have realized, the challenges of understanding it are more compelling to you than you realize as well.
Yeah, I guess so. Physics are all about space and time and such, which are fun to think about. I like all that stuff.
Yes.
So you're saying space and time, and all other aspects, I guess, are more closely related here than in, more stable places like my universe?
They are less distinct from each other here, yes.
You said passage of time is inseparable from traveling through space?
Yes,
So if we were holding still, time wouldn't be moving either.
that is correct, in a way. Though motion itself is not the absolute process, it is in more a is not the absolute process, it is in a more conventional medium. The measurement of motion requires stable features for comparison, of which there are very few in the furthest ring, typically. The more cracks that appear, ironically, the more the ring begins to stabilize, at least in a spatial and temporal sense.
I see. So if the cracks weren't there, how would we be able to tell if we were moving?
Motion through twisted space is not gauged by passing landmarks, but anchored to the particular destination. Destination is an idea maintained by the traveler. Ideas are subtle composites of various aspects. With a clear understanding of destination, motion becomes less discernible. With less discernible motion, passage of time becomes less measurable. At a standstill, time loses meaning, and can seem to stretch on forever, as all events throughout reality swirl around you in no particular order. One becomes isolated from all else, imprisoned by inertia.
That is pretty cool too. I love spacey stuff.
Yes.
You talk about it in a neat way. It kind of seems like you're trying to educate me on this like a teacher or something.
Of course that is what I'm doing. Of course that's what I'm doing.
Oh. Well, not that it isn't fun talking about these cool space things, and I know you said my real body isn't supposed to be waking up yet, whatever, wherever and whenever it is, but to tell you the truth, I would really love to get going and see my friends again. Don't you have the power to wake me up? The other Calliope said she has that power.
I do have that power.
Oh. So, could you please wake me up then?
No.
Oh, why not?
I told you it's not time yet. We must reach our destination first, in order to, for the requisite time to flow correctly. Only then.
Man.
Why the hurry? You have already proven your heroism in the moments when it needed most. It is important to know when the greatest good is best served by remaining dormant. Whether that burden is for close to eternity or only a few more minutes, it is something to learn as a space player. Space falls back, it yields, hosts the play silently. Then it roars to life when its time comes, showing all who is really the master. And so too, when the time comes, it collapses in on itself, taking all else with it.
Oh, did they release RNA as art for Befriend Us? Neat. You okay there, Jade? Oh boy, it's not good on the eyes. Alright, so hang on. So if Dave talked kind of like this, and Neppa kind of talked like this, what's the combination of the two? Damn. Rose, I'm a fucking troll now, and part beautiful bird, and also a human boy? I don't even... Shit, Rose, my claws. Look at these fucking claws. Snick. Oh my... OMG. Rose, look.
I see your claws, Dave. They're neat.
Holy shit, I'm a goddamn debacle of a thing, aren't I? It is kind of great. I sort of love this. Oh no. Yeah, we got a Discord boy. On Twitch, there's either a panel to the left of the chat, or if you're on mobile, it's probably in the About tab. If I had to guess.
That's wonderful, Dave and Nepeta. I'm very happy for you both. Sigh.
What's wrong, Rose? Jasperos, I mean.
Nothing.
Saddles up to Jasperos in a coy and hella feline manner, sounding tickled as fuck through my little three-shaped snout deal. Arches back huge and up and being all like bumping into Rose with my tall curved back and shit like cats do, I'm pretty sure. Fuck yeah, they do. OMG, they do this tall back thing all the time when they're happy, and I'm doing that right now.
Dave, what do you think you're doing?
David kindly and proudly informs Jasper he is doing a bit of role-playing, and no, not even ironically. I mean, she. Shit.
What?
Jasperos, yo, I'm confused about my gender suddenly. What am I now?
I don't know, Dave.
Well, what are you? I mean, what do you feel like now, a boy or a girl? Your cat was a boy, right?
Yes, he was a boy.
So what does that make you now?
I don't know. I hadn't thought that much about it. I think I'm probably still a girl. Cats don't have particularly deep feelings about gender or form strong identities around the idea.
Okay, that's cool, but both Dave and Nepeta did have strong identities as a boy and girl, so I don't know where that leaves me.
Does it even matter?
I have no idea. I just started being Nepeta like 3 seconds ago. I'm not sure what matters to me yet. I think I do like being me, though. It's a really weird feeling. I'm not... I mean, not weird, just like jarring in contrast to how both me spent so long feeling like...
I think I know how you mean. Or know what you mean.
You do?
Yes, I was really having the time of my lives after I became Jasperos. Well, for a while there, at least.
For a while? What's wrong now?
Oh, nothing.
Come on, tell me.
It's hard to put into meows what I'm feeling suddenly. I think it might be... loneliness?
Loneliness?
Why? I'm here to keep you company. And Mad Hatter dude is still over there. Doing whatever the fuck he's doing. You still have a lot of friends? I know, but since your transformation, some feelings I thought I had put behind me at the moment of my transformation quickly returned. They were dug up from their shallow graves and left on my doorstep by... You know what? I'm not even in the mood to finish that ineptly apt analogy. You'll have to connect the dots yourself. What feelings return? As a cat, I never had any other girl cats around to be friendly with. That was a very simple emotion with which I could probably cope if it was all that was in play. The rose half is more complicated. I have memories from a lot of roses. Is this true for you as well? I mean, memories from many days and nepidas? Yeah, it sure is a clusterfuck of sad dead days and sad dead nepidas in my head. It feels alright though, like I'm a lot more detached from those experiences than I ever felt before. But also, there is this distinct feeling of having one Dave and Nepeta stand out from the crowd of memories. The versions of Dave Sprite and Nepeta existed as right up until we both shook hands. They still kind of feel like the main ones, you know? Yes, exactly. The Rose I was prior to this had just lost everything before she was killed. Her friends are and also her mate Sprite. When I came back as a Sprite, not as Jasper as yet, mind you, I was relieved to see everybody again, but it was also a melancholy return. I knew that she couldn't be with me anymore because I was no longer a real Rose. But when I became Jasper's, everything changed again. I was a whole new being before me, stretched on a horizon full of small, distant, and slightly jostling curiosity to investigate, because you never know when something like that might turn out to be a mouse. There were so many new possibilities. Possibilities. Dude, I must say I'm so stoked for the cat things you're saying. Shush, Dave, and yes, I concur about the cat things. Anyway, one of the new things that opened to me was the idea that I didn't have to be alone anymore, that I was reborn, more thrilled to be alive than I can ever remember being in any incarnation, and that there was someone perfect waiting for me to bring her back, another strange soul like me, and now I guess it's all ruined. What's ruined? Never mind, Dave. Come on, tell me. Forget it. Rose. Jasper's. Damn it. You can't possibly just leave the story there. Possibly. Fuck. Still getting the hang of the master and my cute as hell urge to do cat puns literally whenever I could conceive it occur to me. Literally. Oh, Mayo, that's a good one. Jasper's. Jasper Cat. Shit, that's a bad nickname. Sorry. Jasper's right squared. You were talking about Nepeta, weren't you? I mean, me. Or, pardon me. Tell me. What are you doing back there, Jake? Dave, she was going to be my wife. Sigh. I was? She was? Yes, Dave, I'm quite sure of it. Well, first of all, maybe you should stop calling me Dave. My name is Dapita now. Oh, yes, you're right. Oh, that's alright, username. We only got a few more minutes anyway. Have a good one. I'm sorry, Dapita. No offense, but the Dave party used sort of on the fly in the ointment here, so when I look at you, that tends to be who I see. Yeah, that's cool. Since he became a bird, that part of me got pretty used to being an emotional welcome Dave in particularly practically all situations, let alone when he rudely crashes a tea date through accidental body share and shenanigans. But now I'm like this whole new neat kind of sprite with legs again and claws and shit, and I'd prefer that my new identity be respected, please. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I was just sad is all. Oh, I understand. You could even say I know that feel. Lolling my ass off. I love that there's this whole side of me that's all freshly tickled by even the most basic applications of irony. Applications. For instance, that was some weak sauce milk, but here I am lapping it up. It pleases me to hear you have rediscovered the joys of entry-level irony, Dapita. But yeah, sorry for blowing our date. Even if she wasn't sure what to make of the date. She was really flattered that you liked her, though. But I don't know if it would have led to marriage. I think y'all may have been pouncing the gun on that. I don't think so. I had it all figured out. She never got a chance to see any of my moves, though. So I guess we'll never know. I don't know. Getting married isn't even a thing for trolls. It was just a figure of speech. It isn't a thing for cats either, remember? Okay, but even so, I still don't think you can force something like that. I would have needed to spend more time together and stuff to find out. Yes, we would spend that time together, and it would have turned out to be magical. Trust me. God damn, Rose, getting some kitty cat mixed up in you made you so much hella smugger than usual. I kind of dig it. It suits you. Does it? I mean, you're always full of yourself, but now you're owning it so completely. It feels a lot more honest, to be honest. That is, wow, that's just a nice compliment. Thank you, Dapita. You know, the fridge is like all fucking set up and whatnot. The tea is there. Jake is still set in the mood with his space cadet antics on a nearby hill. We could just keep doing our date. What? Oh God, it hurts to look at though. I mean, platonically, of course, like a cat tongue. Actually, you know what? Never mind. That fucking sucked. But yeah. What's the big deal? Let's keep the tea partying and chatting about our unique sprite issues and stuff. Maybe even do a smidgen of choice RPing if it strikes our fancy. I think that could turn out to be pretty cute and dope. Maybe. You know, I gotta say, the Nepeta part of me is like genuinely mystified about what the issue even is. What issue? Us dating. Like, as in a normal romantic tea drinking date. Oh,
Yeah, it makes sense she wouldn't understand. I mean, the Dave part of me is obviously all like, no, stop when I think about it, but that little fussy brain tantrum isn't making me feel weird or uncomfortable, it's just sort of cracking me up. That's a good way of putting it. My inner monologues have been very amusing to me, too. I guess I'm still just a bit uncertain about my nature and my beliefs and whatnot. What about you, though? You're a part cat, so... So how do you really feel about that issue? I mean, as far as both sides of me, no, cats aren't too concerned with that, right? After a while, they don't see brother and sister kitties like they just, see more kitties or just like all the other kitties. There's such a potent force within me that squirms at every word of this train of thought, Dave, but good grief, Rose was such a stuffy girl, wasn't she? Yep. But yes, you were basically correct. Asking the Jasper's half about this issue would be like showing him 2 slightly different gray swatches and asking his question on which color to paint the observatory. So to answer your question, I don't know. I really don't about any of this. My dreams of having a beautiful troll girl for a wife were dashed moments ago, so I have been speaking from a despondent state of mind since you came into existence. So, but maybe what you're saying makes sense. I will need some time to meow it over. Meow. Good, so good. That was supposed to mean mull, right? Yes, David, that meant mull. But yes, I agree. There's so much to figure out now. Should be popping in my jumbled sprite brain suddenly. Popping like a bunch of silly gophers on their fucking out their fucking surprise holes. Want to murder them gophers because instincts, but mainly that is just a metaphor for understanding the gophers. Want to like get myself, but how about we help each other get ourselves? But whoa, non-suggestively. I know you were being suggestive. Chill out. What are you doing back there, Jake? Oh my gosh. So how would you like to help me get yourself? I don't know. When we were on our date and you were talking to me about stuff and I was acting all embarrassed, that was pretty cool, or at least Nepeta thought so. You mean about her liking Carcat and such? Yeah, you know what's crazy is, even in my new form, I don't even feel conflicted about that. It sort of feels right still. I would have thought it'd be a massive contradiction about that, but nope. Weird, right? If you say so. Not that I'm saying I should act on that or anything. It's like you were saying about being the odd rose out, and when you got Jaspered, everything changed. These are brand new lives for us, so it feels like I should try to leave the old stuff behind. But that means I also got to figure out what to do with my life now, or my pseudo life, whatever the hell it is when you have when you're a sprite squared. Then what do you want to do with your pseudo life? Oh man, you're gonna think I'm crazy for even saying this. I already think we're both crazy. I have this weird urge to go fight Lord English. What the fuck? I know, right? I'm just strangely drawn to the idea I wasn't even at all before as a really depressed bird version of Dave, and Empeta didn't even know who he was until recently. But now it sounds cool suddenly. I feel like the exact blend of people I am is a being that he should in some way be vulnerable to. I can't even explain why I feel that way. Well, you have to follow your heart, I suppose. Yeah, Nepeta was a hero of heart. Dave was a hero of time. Interesting. Nepeta stealthily stalks their heart as in minds its own business, beaten at the bank of a nearby stream. They crouch into some of those quintessential cat poses with like their butt in the air. Nepeta starts wiggling their ass furiously. Gets mildly distracted by wiggling of my own ass. Becomes more intrigued by movement of ass than beating of heart. So what we're doing now? Nah, I'm just messing. Okay, I think if we're going to be having a role-playing, I would like to script out some scenarios in advance. I'm concerned that too much improvisation could end up muddying the narrative. LMAO. Okay, you go right ahead and do that. So what do you want to do now? You're not going to go fight off Lord English right away, are you? No, I don't think so. There's no hurry. The dude's whole shtick is being basically eternal, always being already here or whatever, wherever here is. In this case, I guess it just means out there somewhere. I think there are a few things I want to take care of here before I sink my claws into that grade A slab of beef prey. Like what? I don't know what hard overtime means, ILD. Determination. There's somebody I'd like to catch up with first. Who? Just a couple of bros from the past. I think they would want to see me before I go. Or at least be made aware that I exist at all as a badass devil sprite. Alright, please give me these bros my best then. I will. Oh, the flashing. What is... Oh. Did you do an Arqueus? The grist rig. Oh, that's right. Jeezy Pete's. Oh, that's right, yeah. Loading all the grist into... Yeah, okay, I remember this part of the plan. Oh, it's Nepeta and Equius. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there, actually. We're at 2 hours.
We'll leave it there. But hey, Nepa and Equius got to see each other again. All right, we had a pretty good tick today. We've got about 200 pages to go, which actually probably means we'll finish next week. Yeah, we'll probably finish next week if things keep going at the pace they did today. Anyway, that's it for today's stream, everybody. Thanks everyone in the chat for hanging out. I'm kind of out of it today. Guess it was like 16 minutes. A collide? Oh boy. Okay. So we're just gonna be watching that. Nice boy. All right. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching in the chat today, for hanging out with me today. While we made a pretty good progress on this, and like I said, probably next week we'll finish it. If you're watching on YouTube, if you liked it, make sure you click the like button and subscribe to keep up with my stuff. Yeah, be alerted when new videos go live and everything. I try to cut down on my outros a bit more because I've been rambling a lot. But if you liked it, make sure you click like, subscribe, comment what your favorite part was. Was it Dave Pata, or was it Tavros telling Vriska to suck it? Which one of those was your favorite? Excuse me. Which one of those was your favorite? And share with your friends. If you have people who wanted to read Homestuck but don't want to take the time to do it, because it is long, very long to read through. But help bring them into the community. We have a Discord. It's down in the description. Come join us. We talk about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this. Everyone, please stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you next time. Later, everybody. And